Foreplay episode by Barstool Sports. It is Tuesday when the show's coming out, April 2022. Big week, lot going on in the foreplay world per usual. Jordan Spieth, the golden child, just won. He has a child, so now he's a father, which the whole thing was, I just didn't really see that coming with Annie running on the green, and he's a father now, and you look at him as the young child out there. We're at the Barstool Classic in Southern Pines, and it's absolutely freezing. It's about 45 degrees, raining sideways and windy, which we were just talking with the staff of, if it's raining, but it's like kind of warm and there's not really much wind, it's fine. Even if it's windy, but it's obviously nice out, it's fine. When you get all three of those things, it's just fucking miserable. And I will say that right now it is horrible outside, the worst weather you could possibly play golf in. And if you look at the forecast on both sides of it, for about 7 days leading up and for about 10 days afterwards, it's just sunny and perfect. So a little bit unfortunate. The crew, Trent, Frankie, I believe Hannah Cook, Mintzy, Megan Making Money will all be at the Zurich Classic this week, where Barstool Sportsbook is the official gaming partner. So there's a lot going on. Boys, how are we? Frankie, you have a nice color today in a lot of ways. I like the color of your pullover and the color of your skin with that light.
Something about this camera today, I turned it on and I just didn't change anything. It felt great. I would like to say I think that this is adding a little pigment to me as opposed to capturing me in my natural state. But I've been hitting the sun. I golfed this weekend, so I've been out in the environments. I've been roaming the planet, so maybe I'm getting a little color.
I look horrible. If you're watching on YouTube, I look horrible. I don't think I could
same
look
color
worse.
as a wall.
Yeah, and I'm wearing this gray hoodie that I just look gray. Everything about me looks gray right now. But I am excited to go to New Orleans. I'm leaving. I think Frankie's leaving later today. We'll be down there all week for the Zurich Classic, like Riggs said, official gaming partner of the tournament, Barstool Sportsbook. I've only been to New Orleans one other time, and it was with Riggs a few years ago. We didn't get to spend too much time there. I think we were there for about 2 days. This time we're down there for 4 or 5 days, maybe more than that. So I'm excited to experience New Orleans. I said on the last podcast that I want to eat crawfish, and I got many, many, many people reaching out to me about inviting us to go to their crawfish boils. So hopefully we'll be able to hit one of those. Wow. I'm just excited. New Orleans is a cool place, and we're down there for the Barstool Sportsbook and the Zurich Classic. It's gonna be very cool.
Buddha Ben, shout out to Buddha Ben, was the first time
Buddha.
we ever met him. I think he had just started at Barstool Sports. Is that right, Trent?
I can't remember the timeline exactly, but yeah.
For me, I had never met him, so it had to be early on in Buddha Ben. For anyone who's not well versed in the Barstool universe, Buddha Ben is a very serious producer, editor, filmography, expert legend who a couple of years ago now left to kind of do his own thing in LA. I think, is he in LA now?
He is, yeah. I think
high fashion for high people.
Oh yeah, exactly. He's the man. But he, the first time I ever worked with him, he arrived at the Zurich Classic to film at a golf tournament wearing all black, murdered out in all black. No clue what the golf scene or golf world was like. And we had a freelance, I believe, audio girl with him as well, who was all black, and they're just murdered out producer, artistry on this golf course. We stuck out like a sore thumb and ultimately got banned for years from the PGA Tour.
That's right.
Which really had nothing to do with them, but I don't know that it helped our cause, just our general sort of style and impact. I would say just kind of a public noticeable impact that we had on the event. And you guys are going back. So you guys are going back as the official gaming partners. I'm very excited to see how it goes.
Did you ask him about the black? Was it was that the goal to blend in? Do you have any idea of why?
No, it's just his outfit. I think he just
Buddha Ben's just a black
shirt
kind of
film.
The thing about Buddha Ben is Buddha Ben is going to do whatever he wants all the time, and it's one of the great things about Buddha Ben. He has a vision, and he's focused, and he knows who he is, and that's just what he's going to do. I love that guy.
So we did it. We talked about it last week, but obviously the goals of this week in New Orleans are to have a great time at the Zurich Classic, gamble our brains off at the Zurich Classic on the Barstool Sportsbook, go eat crawfish.
Yep.
Definitely see Ben Mintz for sure. You just got to hang out with Ben Mintz.
Sure.
You just got to be in Ben Mintz's presence while he's in his home area of NOLA. And then we've got to look for boobies on Bourbon Street because we got to just knock down all the touristy things. We got to go to the Dueling Piano Bar. There's just things that we have to do. I have a list on my phone, kind of a Glenny Balls list where I'm going to sit on the plane I'm going to write in my notes app all the things I want to see, and we'll see if we can check them off. And if we can check off crawfish, boobies, Ben Mintz, that's a great week from
Gun
Monday.
balls.
Oh my God, the best. But from Monday to Sunday, we got to knock down all those things.
Dude, can you add one thing to your list that might not happen, but it's something that I realize is happening while we're there? Yeah. There is a New Orleans Pelicans playoff game while we're there.
Whoa.
They're playing the Phoenix Suns, who, for those that don't follow the NBA, they are the best team in the NBA. So if we could catch that game on Friday night, we don't have to.
Whoa.
But it's something. That game last night.
Oh, it's yeah.
The Suns are phenomenal, and they just beat insane. The piss out of the Pelicans. I'm not a basketball guy at all. We had floor seats to Axon. It was an amazing experience. But
you were there last night?
I was there last night. I flew in. Somebody was like, I got an extra ticket. I was like, I'll totally go sit on the floor and watch a basketball game. Those guys are the biggest humans on the planet, and they're up with the most athletic people in the world. I mean, it is crazy how lean they are, and they just go up, catch it, throw it down. The guy Booker never misses a shot in his life. It is
playoff basketball.
Really
I'm obviously a playoff hockey guy. My hopes and dreams got canceled last night. The Islanders have been eliminated.
Way out. Yep.
28 years of losing in my life, and everyone acts like it's something 50. New. Like, oh, like your team lost. I've literally lost every year I've been alive. So it's just another year. Also, 31 teams lose, only one team wins. So everyone else will be joining me except for one team. At the end of the day, basketball in the playoffs is electric. I can talk shit about basketball all the time, how it's boring. There's timeouts, there's fouls. The most exciting part of a basketball game, the clock just stops, and they're constantly taking timeouts. I fucking hate it. But playoff basketball moves a little bit more. It's electric. The crowd's standing from the beginning of the fourth quarter till the end. I'm a big fan of playoff basketball. Every shot matters. We have Game Time as a sponsor now. Maybe we hit up the Game Time guys. Maybe we look at the Game Time app. We'll see if we can get last minute tickets. This is why we have Game Time, is to literally, we're in a city, we see a game, we want to look on the app, and we'll find tickets. That's what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm. It's a good idea.
It was a great experience. I will say the Suns just kicked the crud out of the Pelicans. They were up by like 20 all game. And then they got it to 6, and Chris Paul, who's got to be 40, Trent. I feel like you're the closest to basketball we have on the show.
He's probably mid-30s, late 30s.
He just took over. I think he scored 15 to 20 points in succession by himself. It was crazy. It got close, and he went down 3, and then made a bunch of 2-pointers.
Yeah, if we do end up going to that game, as much as, you know, we're going to be in New Orleans and it'll be a Pelicans crowd, I want to see that Suns team play in person because they're insane.
They're insane. The biggest bummer to me, I want to see Zion Williamson move. I was like, is he still on the Pelicans roster? And he was, but he's still injured, and I know he's getting close. I want to see, he was on the sideline. That is the biggest body I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that he can run around, spin, dunk has got to be the most impressive thing any human being can do. And I was really bummed not to see that body move.
He's still hurt, yeah.
Bummer. Anyways, good game.
All right. Like I said, we got much to get to. Celsius. We got to talk about Celsius real quick. Quip. We can quip about it. Celsius helps you stay active and energized all day. Like I said, we got tons going on. We're going to be active. We're going to need to be active. You guys got it. Sounds like a 20-thing checklist to get to over your course of your 4 or 5 days in knowledge. So you're going to need to stay active and energized all day. Celsius made with premium ingredients, 0 sugar, 7 essential vitamins, not like a traditional energy drink. They got watermelon, grape, mango, passion fruit, raspberry, acai. Lurch, hit me with your acai pronunciation real quick.
I don't even remember how I said it so poorly in the beginning, so I even struggle to do it now. Acai bowls. Acai. Acai bowls is how I said it originally, I believe.
Okay, it's acai, so I'm glad we did that part. Peach mango.
Now, do you think he's really frozen, or do you think he's logged off? Because this is a long pause.
I think he's frozen, but I was, with the recording, you just hope that
I know.
Yeah, one of these times Lurch will understand that we're going to try.
No, I know how to do it, but this might be so long that he's lost connection.
I always wonder, I got to listen back to how Jake edits it, because if the other person's talking in real time and then we're just having a conversation while they're talking on their recording, it's a nightmare. And then what is it? Oh boy. It's that fucking thing. I have an extra photo here, and it's leaned. I don't know why I lean it up where my feet are, and then Riggs is gone. So yeah, that was a full blown exit. That was.
Yeah, that was so frozen that I was like, "That's a problem." I think I wonder if it's 5 seconds or something like that before it's like, oh, he's not coming back.
Yeah, no, it's tough. But yeah, Celsius, we all love Celsius. Celsius Heat includes caffeine to help boost energy to overcome any challenge. They have a bunch of different things on Celsius. I actually have Celsius now at my house, and I love it. It actually is really good. So Celsius on the go too, which are small powder packets in all different flavors. You can just add to your water bottle when you need an extra boost. So we'll do the call to action right now. Riggsy did the first half. We'll do the second half. Go over to Celsius.com to find a store near you, or you can order Celsius online at Amazon, Walmart, or Target. Celsius Live Fit is what we are obsessed with. So, yeah, I mean, guys, we just got to be more active, and we need things that help us become more active. It's as simple as that.
I think I'm getting into I'm doing 100 push-ups a day is going to be my kind of like active challenge. I was brushing my teeth. This happened to me maybe a year and a half ago. And I just saw the boobs jiggle, just a morning brush. And the right one was shaking like I had a C cup. So I think we're going to get down and we'll do 5 sets of 20 over the course of the day. Not crazy ass, but just when you're like, hey, I'm really not doing anything right now, just crush 20 push-ups and see where the body takes you.
Have you started this yet? Because push-ups are harder than you remember. Like I tried to do 50 to 20 push-ups like a couple weeks ago, and I barely got 20. So I don't know. I don't think I could do 100 per day.
So I think you can, because I break it down and I said a minimum's 10. So like maybe I'll do 10 sets of 10 or whatever the case may be. But I think you can get to that number, even though it's a real problem. I did what was it? What'd they call it? It was this awesome gym in Seattle. My buddy who just moved out there. It's like, anyways, they call it like a max output workout. And I just got my ass kicked, but it was amazing to feel the heart rate go like that again. And then with about like 10 minutes left in class, I was just standing around and there was like teams of 3. This girl was like, come on, let's go. You're like holding us all back. And I was like, I'm going to die. I literally just puked outside. And the instructor came over and he was like, you're done? And I was like, I'm done. I put my max output out here. So anyways, the push-ups is what I'm going to get it back into, though, just as a stepping stone for better.
I want to circle back to Celsius for a second. I said Celsius Live Fit. It's definitely Live Fit. That's definitely their go. Yep. That's definitely their go-to line. So like when you're reading something and you see when you're reading a paper and you see the LIVE, it can go either way. That's just the way the English language works. And when you talk to some people that learn the English language as a secondary language, that's the thing they struggle with the most. So for us, we're very lucky that we've just learned this language, but apparently English is an extremely difficult.
You're still struggling.
It's a really difficult language to learn because there's different variations of the same word. Live, live, there.
Yeah.
Where,
I've heard that.
where. It's like, what the fuck are you guys trying to talk about?
I've heard that. I've heard that English is the most difficult language to learn as a secondary language because of things like that. Like in every other language, and now I'm really speaking out of school, but in every other language, those things don't exist. So so when people come and learn the English language, or when they decide to learn the English language, they're like, what is this? Why do all these words sound exactly the same and have wildly different meanings?
Like, why do you have the same word where, even though it's spelled differently, for like, where are you going and what are you wearing? Or
right.
Like, you wear this and then where are you? It's like, just come up with a different word for the term of like, where are you going? Just come up with a different word for that one. It's like, it makes no sense. So
Riggs says rejoin the podcast. Riggs, this is what we're doing. We're talking about how to.
Well, I finished Celsius.
The weather's so bad here. The power went out. Things are going so well that we're in a English language conversation. Is that what I'm jumping into here?
Well, things are going well. It's just the fact that I was finishing off the Celsius talking points, and at the very end, I said Celsius Live Fit, and it's definitely Live Fit. That's definitely their go-to tagline. And then we got into the conversation of like, if you just read LIVE, it could go many ways. You have no idea where you're going. You have to be kind of engaged in the conversation to know which type of live or live it is, and that makes the English language pretty difficult.
So were you trying to spin your way out of not enunciating it correctly, or no?
Well, no one picked it up real time. I was a bigger man, and I circled back after a conversation of Lurch trying to do 100 push-ups.
Nice Lurch move too, circling back.
That's right. So
we're gonna circle back. We'll circle
That's
back
right.
here to that one. Buzzwords. Yeah, no, English language is a nightmare, right? Isn't it the
Yeah.
hardest one to learn? Isn't that what they say? Fucking,
gotta
you know, they have all these rules, and then like half the words and the sentence structures don't abide by the rules, and it's just chaos. I think.
That's right. I think that's right.
Where WHERE, where WEAR, where about? Yeah. There's a lot of different ones. What else you guys cover? Anything, or are we just that's what we're doing?
Lurch is gonna try to do 100 push-ups a day. I think that's about it.
How many?
100 push-ups a day. Just a little. I was brushing my teeth and my tits jiggled like a C cup. So I'm gonna start with 100.
There's a
push-ups
really.
day.
I follow a couple hot guys on Instagram just to like see what that
Just to
world's all
check
about.
in. Yeah, exactly. The other side.
Just to see what that world's about. And this one dude was like gloating about being able to do like, and maybe Jake knows the term of this, but it was like a body pull up, or like essentially doing a pull up with like not using his arms, just I guess like all of his core and his. He basically was like holding on to a fucking pole and like pulled his body up without bending without using his like arm muscles. It was all just like, ugh, like his chest, and he was struggling so hard. He's like, finally did my first like body pull up or something like that. I don't know what it was, but I watched it like 5 or 6 times. I'm like, why is that so hard? And then I thought about like, imagine trying to lift your whole body up over a bar without like really using like, it was crazy. I could be totally off, but he's hot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But it had to have been something that was like that, or he could just do pull-ups. The guy's the most jacked guy like in the world.
Right.
So there was something that he was doing to actively get his chin above the fucking bar. I'm on an island out here.
How many pull-ups do you think you could do? How many pull-ups do you think you could do?
I can actually do pull-ups because I'm kind of like light, so I've always been able to do like a bunch of pull-ups.
Not as light as you used to be. You know, I mean,
I couldn't do a single pull-up right now. No way. No way. My chin's getting over that bar. No way.
I can knock out 10 pull-ups.
Bro, think about this, okay?
I could. I have a pull-up bar in my house. So yeah, we'll do it.
Can you take your computer over there and do it?
Oh, well, I was at my other house, unfortunately, my parents' house. I'll get one here. I'll at my parents' house in the basement. They've got one that goes across like the door.
10? And whenever a lot. Pull-ups are hard.
Bro, I can do them this way. I'm telling you, bro. I can do them. I don't know what it is
all the way
about
down. We're going all the way down to 180 degrees. And
Boom.
All right,
If you
Frankie.
start with a dead hang, I think I could do maybe one. Maybe.
Dead hangs are a lot more difficult. So this is what I do. I go downstairs, and then I'm also the weakest person ever. So if I'm way off with 10, then I've never like counted. I just know that when I go down there and I like at my parents' house and I get my laundry or something, it's right there above, and I would just knock out a couple. I definitely start with like a jump. So maybe that's like the dead hang. I can see being a lot harder, which is probably
like real pull. We would have to do so for hockey. We had to do as part of our like performance where you're at. We would have to do just hanging pulls. So you had to do a pull up and then go all the way down to like dead and then do another one all the way down to bed. We had my shout out to my boy Jimmy Frazier, I believe, won one year with 42.
Oh, that's insane.
Crazy.
That's 42.
I'm gonna knock mine down to 5.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
Dude, think about
I'll pound the under, Frankie, on 5.
Okay.
Because if you're not using, I feel like you're in there using like a floor assist and jumping each time back up.
No, not each time.
The dead hang.
Remember, I'm like 170 pounds, so it's not like I'm not.
Right,
this,
but
like,
you've had like you need shoulder surgery. Like your shoulders are
elbows.
horrible. The whole upper body, your joints, your body sucks.
I have the worst arms this side of the Mississippi for sure.
Yeah.
Both my arms wake up dead.
Think about how hard a pull-up is. And think about it for a guy like me. I weigh 240 pounds, and I'm supposed to take all of that from a dead hang and pull it up all the way. That is an impossible feat. I could maybe do one, but there's no way I'm going for 2. No way.
I'm laughing. I can't do any fucking pull-ups. I can't do any pull-ups.
The dead hang's a problem. We'll see if there's a gym at the hotel tonight. We'll see, Trent. I'll go and do a couple pull-ups.
Okay. Oh yeah, we'll do that.
All right. I think you can get 5. I think you're going to be in like the 6 to 7 range. That's my guess.
Riggs, how many do you think you can do?
Around there. I don't know that I could get to 10 legitimate ones.
Are we?
I also know that I can't do it facing the other way. I can only do them facing this way. And who knows? I haven't done a pull-up since I got elbow surgery, so
that's
maybe my arms can't.
Frankie, that's a chin-up. That's a completely different workout.
Oh, so there we go. Maybe I can't do a pull-up then. I can only do chin-ups.
So
chin-ups are a lot easier.
So for people
chin-ups
who are
more
listening,
like bicep.
We were thinking about doing palms facing us, but it sounds like we have to do palms away from us to do a pull-up.
All right, so I'm out on that. I could probably do one or two.
Can't do one.
That makes it a lot harder. That's a lot harder.
I could do that's why I said I would like jump into it, and then I'd get into a rhythm where I can like knock out a bunch of them.
I guess that makes sense because when you're doing a chin-up, you're just using your biceps. That's a way bigger
way
muscle.
Easier.
Totally. The other one, you're out there. I don't know what you're using.
Use your back.
Ugh.
I'm using things I don't have.
Right.
No. All right. We got Jordan Spieth. We got to talk about Spieth. I don't know how he won this golf tournament, to be fucking honest with you. I mean, every time I looked, he's shaking his head. He missed an 18-inch putt on Saturday. On Saturday, he also had, I believe, out of however many people made the cut, I think it might have been 71 or something like that. 71 people in the field. He ranked 71st in strokes gained putting on Saturday, so he was the worst player in the field, strokes gained putting, and he won the golf tournament. So I just don't know. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know how it occurred. I tune in on yesterday, Sunday in the final round, and I'm traveling all day trying to get from the West Coast to the East Coast. And I tune in on the 9th hole, and he's like sideways in a bunker, hits it into a grandstand, misses like a 3-footer. And then a couple hours later, I look, he's in a fucking playoff. So I don't know how you really, I think that's the essence of Jordan Spieth. I think that's why we love him so much. He's all over the fucking map. He said his quote was, "I won this golf tournament without a putter." And I think that's probably right. The guy has now 13 PGA Tour wins, 3 majors. He will be going for the career Grand Slam. He will be going, career Grand Slam at the PGA, which is obviously next month. At the old course at St. Andrews, he missed out on a playoff in 2015 by 1 stroke when he had that wedge that landed right next to the hole and rolled off of the Valley of Sin on the 18th hole, which was the year that he was going for the actual Grand Slam. He won the first 2 majors. He won the Masters of the U.S. Open that year. And then the 3rd and 4th majors, he finished second. He finished 1 out of a playoff. So he finished, I guess, 3rd at the old course. But point being, he's going back to a golf course that he's had a lot of success at. So I don't know what the fuck to think about Jordan Spieth. I don't know what to think about the guy.
Zach Johnson won that Open Championship, by the way. Watching the coverage yesterday, it even felt like, because Jordan finished up early, and then he posted at 13 under, and it felt like one of the other guys was just going to win the tournament. There was Sepp Straka, there was Cantlay, there was Varner. It just felt like if any of them can put together a competent back 9, they're just going to win the tournament at like 14 or 15 under, and it never materialized for whatever reason. And then next thing I knew, Annie was running on the green holding the baby like a football, and Jordan Spieth had won the tournament. Like, did you guys see that clip, by the way? I know it's going
kind of a wild run move.
They're new parents. If somebody handed me a baby, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do either. But I'd never seen someone run with a baby like that. The baby's head was kind of bouncing. I'm sure it was fine.
It wasn't kind of bouncing. It was like, it was a bobblehead.
Well, I think she had that thing high and tight. I'll kind of commend her for how tight that thing was to her chest.
I just think you got to not run in that situation. You could just walk. You could walk, right? I don't think it really expedited any of the process.
I would have briskly strolled onto the green probably.
Okay, yeah, brisk stroll's fine.
But I think babies I think are equipped to, they get dropped. People don't know how to handle babies, and they're all over the place. So I think it's mostly fine. But I couldn't believe that Jordan Spieth won the tournament. And like he said, he won it without a putter. I'm happy though. I'm glad that we're back. He won the Valero. I'm just happy. I'm happy that Jordan Spieth is still winning golf tournaments. It's just still a thing.
So I saw a post. He won the Valero. Was it 2021 Easter?
Yeah.
And then he won this one on 2022 Easter. And then next year, 2023 Easter falls on Masters Sunday.
It does.
Oh, wow.
So, the resurrection of Christ and the resurrection of Jordan Spieth seem to be one and the same. Jordan Spieth, I don't know if he's a big, Catholicism guy, but maybe he just feels.
I think he's a man of faith.
He's a man of faith, man of God. So, at the end of the day, maybe that's a special day for him. Who knows? Are you going to place some future bets on Jordan Spieth to win the Masters next year? Hopefully not, because it should be Tiger Woods' year. But man, not a bad. The guy's got a pretty good track record on the day that old J-Man walked out the tomb. So,
he does. Those are facts. You're spitting facts. I saw a lot of that too, and they'll, I'm sure, play up that storyline going into next year's Masters, which I like storylines. I'm into. I saw somebody I tweeted this fucking guy or something when he hit one of his eagle shots yesterday. And a couple of people replied like, not today, Riggs. You can't use that type of language on this day. I find that a little ridiculous. Like if you're just like faking it till you make it one day of the year, and you're a big man of faith, you think God or Jesus like can't see through that? Right?
Wait. What's the situation? I kind of got lost in that.
So yesterday was Easter Sunday, and Jordan Spieth hold a bunker shot, and I just quote tweeted it and wrote like this fucking guy with a bunch of exclamation point. And I saw a few people underneath it were like, Riggs, it's Easter Sunday. Like, don't use that type of language on Easter Sunday. And my point was like, if you're Saturday, you're fine, but now Sunday, you think like God's only checking Twitter on Easter Sunday or something. I mean, it doesn't. It's like
that's outrageous.
Well, those people on Twitter it's the unfortunate area of Twitter.com.
But that's what makes Twitter goes round. Like that's what makes Twitter like a high school bathroom wall. It's just you can write anything on there, nobody cares. People check in later. Like that's
I actually thought
as ugly as it is, it's almost pretty damn good that like people are doing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I thought yesterday was one of the better days in Twitter in a long time. Just because I saw a lot of Easter jokes. Like I think Kevin and Coley were doing Mike Francesa talking about Easter, and then some other people were doing like Hubie Brown, and it was Twitter. There are bad parts of it for sure, but then when they really get going on a joke and everybody joins in, I think that's great. And yes, I think you can swear whenever you want.
Speaking of which, T, you said I like when I don't know, the Easter Bunny throws haymakers or something like that.
Oh yeah, there's a video that Barstool put out of a
Right.
Easter Bunny just laying haymakers on some guy.
Feeding the guy, just feeding the guy.
I'm almost more bullish on the other way when like a mascot gets knocked out or something like that. You were like, oh, I love when mascots throw haymakers or something. I almost prefer if somebody lays out a mascot.
Dude, have you seen the video of oh my gosh, who's the heavyweight champion in the world? Who's been fighting No, the other guy.
Oh, Fury? That guy?
Yes. Have you seen him knock out a mascot?
No.
Dude, there's a video.
That's a better video, dude. When a mascot gets their head spun around, it is the funniest thing in the world.
Dude, he fucks this mascot up, and nobody knew he was going to do it. We're talking about a guy who is competing for the heavyweight championship of the world, and he just knocks this dude out. You got to watch it. It's insane.
I've never seen anybody find something as funny as Lurch finds when mascots just get fucking dummy.
Well, dude, I'm way, like, I saw Trent's tweet and I was like, oh, I'm way on the other side of that thing. Like, it's funny when the Easter Bunny's throwing haymakers, but if somebody uncorks that.
It's Deontay Wilder who knocks him out, not Tyson Fury. It's Deontay Wilder.
I knew I had it wrong. It's Deontay Wilder knocking out a mascot. It's worth the watch now as we're talking about some other things. But
it's just because it's an average guy under that costume that like shouldn't be getting hit that way. And
pretty sure he broke the guy's jaw. I think he broke the guy's jaw.
That's
probably makes sense.
Dude, KFC continues to be probably one of the best people on Twitter that you can follow. His tweets make me laugh from the first day I ever followed him until now. He just like fires from the hip, and some of the things he says are definitely over the line, but I fucking love him. And then at this point, yesterday at one point, I read something that he wrote that made me laugh so fucking hard. He basically was saying that Easter, thanks to goddamn Easter, I have to talk about death with my daughter Shay all the time. She's basically like, so wait, if I'm in heaven, I can just wish for makeup and it appears? Oh my gosh, heaven is the best. He goes, this chick's ready to go right now. He goes, this is a fucking problem. Shay's ready to go right now. She thinks it's like a playground. Oh my god, that had me howling in the car on my way to my aunt and uncle.
See, there's some good things about Twitter. People are funny as fuck on Twitter.
You guys do big Easter? I mean, Frankie, you're obviously or the one that lives near home and is at home the most. You do big Easter thing? You geared up? What was your outfit like? You're an outfit guy.
I actually wore the I never thought I'd wear it again, but I wore the salmon Peter Millar quarter zip because I thought that was Easter. That was Easter. So my cousin has this house in freaking Center Island of Long Island, and her neighbor's like Billy Joel. They're doing really well for themselves. The house is, as Lurch likes to say, not to be believed. I mean, the backyard's just water, and the dinner was phenomenal. I mean, just like lamb and just all the meats. I mean, I must have had 50,000 pieces of prosciutto. I walked out with a salt coma. So yeah, Easter was really good yesterday, but everyone commented on my Peter Millar.
Well, I guess we'll just talk about Peter Millar.
I guess so.
That salmon item that you were rocking, I knew you were going to bring that puppy back up, and you weren't. If I'm not mistaken, you weren't sure on it at first. And then when you put it on, you got as many compliments as you did. I believe you came fully around and decided that that's one of the best items you've ever owned. Is that correct, Frankie?
Yeah, at first I wasn't because I'm a peach pigment guy. So when you're rocking, like if I was a tan guy with the muscles and everything and the hair and like fucking looking like this and shit, like I would look amazing in salmon shirts, but sometimes it blends in with my horrifically pigmented skin. I will say something about that color at the Chicago office when I wore it. It just worked. I took my
I'm gonna bring live events Justin over here. Look at this item he's got on. Look at this Peter Millar item he's got on. Look at this thing.
God, dude.
How sexy is that thing?
Look at that thing.
Really
How
nice.
clean is that?
Justin saved a life, and we haven't talked about
You
that.
look amazing. He saved a life. That's a life.
At the airport. Just fucking saw a guy choking, ran up to
I
him.
witnessed the whole thing.
Riggs sat down and watched this happen instead of bursting to go like help the guy.
And I couldn't have considered that option less.
Justin jumped up and hit the guy on the back, and the guy spit up whatever he was choking on, and literally turned to Justin and said, "You just saved my life."
Wow.
So you go to petermillar.com/foreplay. So what happened was we're at the food court at, I can't remember where were we? We were in like Atlanta, or we were in like Tampa. We were in Tampa. I think we were in Tampa food court, and we legit come back. I hadn't even seen Justin. He was with like a different crew. And this guy just starts like half like vomiting basically. And it's like, and we're in the food court at the airport. Like people are looking at him like, "Sir, I'm trying to eat," and Justin jumps up there and he looks at him. He's like, "Are you choking?" The guy's like, "I'm choking." And Justin just smokes him on the back and he coughs up whatever. And then within 30, 60 seconds, he like gathers his breath. He's like, "You saved my life," whatever. And the guy just picked up his backpack and like went and caught his flight. It was unbelievable. There was like puke on the floor a little bit. It was crazy.
We got to get to Peter Millar, but I had to finish the story. This was a part of
This is Peter Millar too, by the way.
This was a part
Really
of
nice.
a 5-minute chaotic outburst at the Tampa Bay airport. Never seen anything like it. I was walking through security and some dude was wearing like no shoes. He looked like he just got off the street. He had like it was ridiculous. I never seen anything like it inside an airport. And someone's like, "Can you put your mask up?" And he goes, "Are you God?" He said that to the guy, and the guy goes, "No, can you just put your mask on?" He goes, "You know what? I'm not even getting on this fucking plane." He left. The guy already got past the point where he had to show his ticket, so it's his loss. So that was insane. They're like, "All right, bye." So then I go through security and I go and get to I go to the Potbellies over there, and the people. This is right after I go to security. I walk straight to Potbellies, order my food. No one's paying attention to what we're ordering. They literally have their backs to us, and they're like, "Whatever. Like, what do you want?" I'm like, "I just want this sandwich." The guy goes, "All right," like, and just like started to kind of make a sandwich. I paid them with cash. The two guys at the cashier looked at each other, had a like way too loud of a conversation about how they were gonna steal the money. The guy goes, "Dude, put that shit in your pocket right now." And the guy's like, "Bet." And he just put it in his pocket, looked at me, laughed, and goes, "You're all set." And I was like, "Okay." And I just walked away. As I walk from that, I see the guy on the floor being saved by Justin. And I'm like, what is happening right now? This last 5 minutes, it was madness. It was absolute madness.
Yeah. And think about all the things that occurred in Florida that day that we just weren't witness to. I mean, that's just what goes on in that fucking state. It was crazy town.
It was 15 feet.
There was
15 feet of just chaos.
And I'm not kidding. When this guy started making his noise, everyone just turned around. Nobody even thought about actually helping the guy. And Justin just walked over. Live events Justin just walked over in his handsome Peter Millar and just hit the guy a couple times. The guy kind of like puked up some stuff and then just went about his business. And he would just be dead. He'd just be a dead person if it weren't for Justin. So he's a lifesaver, and he looked really good and Peter Millar, which enter the Blade Performance Pant from Peter Millar. Okay, they're crafted a tailored fit. These pants feature a slightly trimmer leg opening than their models and are designed to hit just above the ankle for a streamlined look. That's true. They look unbelievably good. Do yourself a favor. Go to petermillar.com/foreplay. Check out the Blade as well as the complete line of performance pants from Peter Millar and receive complimentary shipping with code foreplay. That's petermillar.com/foreplay. Use the code foreplay. You're going to get complimentary shipping and check out a bunch of our favorites. So Jordan Spieth is back. Very nice to see. He's kind of back, I guess. It's weird. Like he won the Valero Texas Open last year amidst that run where he had a serious threat at the Waste Management. And then he kind of has struggled, it feels like, since then. He's doing that weird pre-swing routine where it looks like he's lost in the sauce, and then he comes out, misses the cut at the Masters, and then wins at the RBC Heritage. So I don't know that he's like fully back. I think he's kind of in that same spot we talked about last year when it was like, yeah, he's threatening some of these tournaments and he picked off one here or there, but like he's not Jordan Spieth back to where he's, you know, he almost won every single major in 2015. He won the Open in 2017 by hole and all kinds of shots after his incident on the driving range. Like that's kind of Jordan Spieth back. So I don't know that he's fully back, but he won another PGA Tour event, which is nice. He had 11 wins through 2017, then 0 until last year on April 4th, and then another one yesterday. So it's just been, I don't know, Spieth's had kind of a weird career. Very weird career.
It's a little unfair how closely we track Spieth sometimes, I think. Like we don't talk about anybody else that way, and I get why. Like we saw the flashes of it when he was really young. He was winning majors. He was the next big thing. But we don't really track anybody the way that we track Jordan Spieth. And it's like if anybody else had the last couple of years that Spieth had, would be like, that's a pretty good couple of years. That's 2 tour events that's a career for most guys. But like with Jordan Spieth, I understand that the expectations are different. But like sometimes we just track him like it's like, are you back? Are you back to the old guy? What's going on? He's like, I'm just winning a golf tournament. I don't know what to do at this point.
Early on, it was like he was like the putting magician. It was like the classic like golf talk is like, well, if you just made every putt, would you win the golf tournament? Because he's always struck the ball, I would say, not consistently, or he's gone through his woes, or he gets himself in like wild positions.
He's been a great iron player. He's historically a great iron player.
He is, and his recovery shots are incredible. But his putting early on was like, okay, if it's 20 feet, his make percentages were like laughable.
Crazy.
So I felt like that just got everybody so interested into who this guy is and like what he could do. But yeah, I mean, he's an amazing guy to be a fan of because you never know what you're kind of going to get at, which is awesome.
When you talk about tracking, I think anyone that comes out the gates as hot as those guys, you just track them for the rest of your career. There's no, right. So like Spieth's going to get tracked. Rory McIlroy gets fucking tracked to win majors. Absolutely. Is Rory back? Is Rory not back? Is Rory going to do it this year? Is he not going to do it? I mean, at some point, Brooks Koepka will get to that level where it's like the guy won 4 majors in 2 years. When's he going to win another one? Is he not going to be hot? Like, whenever you, like, burst onto the scene, people want to see more of that. So Spieth bursted onto the scene. We'll never let him live that down. He always has to live up to those expectations, just like Rory always has to live up to Rory expectations, just like Tiger Woods has always had to live up to Tiger Woods expectations. We get used to it, and we're like, we want that now. Just like Rocco Mediate says, I want Jordan Spieth to win now, just like he did last year. Like,
I guess the difference between Rory and Spieth to me in that regard is that we definitely talk about Rory that way when the majors come around because we're like, man, it's been a long time since you won a major. With Spieth, it feels like we do it week to week. Like if he's involved at all or if he is not involved at all, it's like, why isn't Jordan Spieth involved in this? Or if he is involved, it's like, wow, is Jordan Spieth back? I feel like it's more week to week than it is like with Rory. Regular PGA Tour events, I don't know. I don't view him, or I feel like we don't view him the same way as when Spieth is in contention at a regular tour event. That's the only difference to me. But you are right. When you burst on like that, we're just going to track you no matter what.
Yeah, and look, Spieth's fascinating. He's fascinating in the sense that it's never boring, right? It's just never boring with Jordan Spieth. Watching him play golf is always intriguing because he hits some shocking shots. He talks to his golf ball. He's going through the process, and he kind of lets you in, and it's very much like you're part of the ride with him, whereas so many other guys will internalize it, right? Like the way that a Patrick Cantlay wins a golf tournament is so much different than a way that Jordan Spieth wins a golf tournament. And it's boring. And I'm sure Spieth would love his golf to be more boring. I bet that's his goal, is for it to be fucking way more boring. But the way that he wins is he's in the parking lot. He's next to the equipment trucks at the Open Championship by the driving range. And then he makes a miraculous bogey. Like, he's all over the map, and yet he finds a way to win a golf tournament. His putting is really interesting because that stretch that he had when he first came out on tour and he was winning, and he almost won the Masters 3 years in a row, but won in 2015, won those majors. You know, he was making at a shocking clip, like 15 to 30 foot putts, like at a shocking clip. I think it was like 2 or 3x the tour average percentage. He was making those putts, which just is going to guarantee that you win a bunch of golf tournaments. But if you look, I went through 2014 to 2015 season, and then all the way up to now. He was 9th in strokes gained putting, 2nd in strokes gained putting, 48th, 123rd, 2nd, 105th, 33rd, and this year he is 179th in strokes gained putting. So like, he's fucking all over the map when it comes to like total putting. And it actually, like, you know, it's almost like his ball striking is underrated in that, because the fact that in the last year, you know, I guess 53 weeks, he's won 2 PGA Tour events, but he's 179th, basically not on the PGA Tour when it comes to putting, is just shocking because we view him as a good putter, but he has these misses. I mean, he missed an 18-inch putt on Saturday. He missed last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or was it the Masters? Oh, the Masters, he had that clip of him 3-putting from like 3 feet. You know, it's like he just has had these weird moments. So yeah, he's just Spieth. He's an enigma. He's fascinating.
But like, even that, just like a roller coaster ride. Like you said, he went 150 to 2nd to like 170th. It's like, what the hell is that? And then if I would love to actually see like week over week of what it is. Like, does he just get hot one week and then he's just first and then he's back to 250th, you know, and like it all averages out? Because it's amazing what you get out of him. There's the expectations. It's like, oh, this could be anything. And that's, I think, why it's fascinating to watch him navigate his way around the golf course.
Dude, 2016, 2017, he was 48th. And then the next year, 123rd. And then the next year, 2nd. And then the next year, 105th. So
What is that?
What is that? How are you not? Whereas, like, if you look at Kisner, Kiz is like 2nd, 8th, 15th, 3rd. He's like in the top 15 or 20 every year. It's like Spieth is one of the worst in the world for professional golfers and then one of the best. It's like for a whole year. Doesn't make any sense.
It's actually crazy that he's 28 years old too. He's 28. He's been
4 lifetimes.
Jordan Spieth has been in my life for 25 years. I'm convinced of it.
When he gets to 46 years old, he actually might be older than Tiger Woods is at 46 years old. Like, which is, I thought nobody could ever accomplish that feat. Spieth too has now returned to top 10 in the official world golf rankings. He's 10th in the world.
Wow. All right. Golf is better when Spieth is involved. I think we all can agree to that.
No doubt about it. I'm looking now. If you look, he is ranked ahead of some of the names that he's actually ranked ahead of. He's ranked ahead of Sam Burns, Xander Schauffele, Hideki Matsuyama, Louis Oosthuizen, Brooks Koepka, Abraham Ancer, Bryson, Matthew Fitzpatrick, Daniel Berger, Finau. Like, he's ranked ahead of all of those players, like significantly ahead of a lot of those last 3 or 4 names. That's just amazing because, again, it feels like he hasn't been very good. And we've been like, oh, my God, is Spieth going to retire because he's struggling so much? He's number 10 in the world. He's won twice in the last 53 weeks.
Fuck.
Spieth. It's
what
Spieth.
A guy.
He's an enigma.
He really is
an absolute enigma, and that's why we love him. Shady Rays. We got to talk about Shady Rays real quick. Not going to need him out here today because it's pouring rain. That's why I have a beanie on. But we have our limited edition Barstool Golf shades from Shady Rays. These things are awesome. They're really, really, really cool. I have them in my bag out there, but I'm not going to go out again because it's raining. And if you didn't know, Shady Rays provides 10 meals to fight hunger in America with every single order, and they've donated over 20 million meals to date. Every pair of sunglasses, shades you've seen me rocking for the last, 3 or 4 years have been Shady Rays. I got a bunch of pairs because they have this awesome, basically buy one, get one free offer on their website. So if you haven't been to the Shady Rays website, go check them out. Their warranty is phenomenal. They got the best warranty in the game, where they'll pretty much replace no matter what happens. No questions asked. If you lose or break your pair of Barstool shades, they will send you a brand new pair. No questions asked. They got the premium Ventura frame with matte navy acetate finish, ultra premium polarized emerald mirrored lenses. They're just really, really cool. And they got the little Barstool Golf on the lens. I don't even know how they do that. And I don't know how you write something that small. I like big logos are annoying. Small, I feel like is really clean.
I think small logos are in right now too.
Yeah, minimalistic.
Yeah, that's the word.
Minimalistic. ShadyRays.com/Barstool Golf. You can be one of the first to get these extremely limited Barstool Golf shades. That's ShadyRays.com/Barstool Golf. We love Shady Rays. It's what we rock when the sun is out and just all the time. Sunglasses are great. Maybe you're hungover, you want to hide something. You're at brunch, maybe you
sunglasses and Advil. Dude, you want to know something?
Who says that? Did you?
Oh my God, Kanye. So at the end of the dude, when I was younger,
Riggs, did you know that? Riggs had no idea you.
Context clues, I could tell that he sung it. He literally sung that. Like, I just could have told you that's from
the Dalai Lama
Frankie
said it.
Didn't just come up with that.
The Dalai Lama said it once in a speech. It was just like sunglasses and Advil. It's we all need it. But I remember like when I was younger, like whatever, 18, 19, first started to get hangovers. And even to this day, I still
drinking
use
age 21.
I still use that line to remind myself what I should have when I have a hangover. Should I have Tylenol or Advil or Motrin? Like I'm always like going through my like my pantry, and I notice, and I'll say in my head, sunglasses and Advil. Last night was mad real, and I'm like, oh, like you're supposed to have Advil when you have a hangover. It's just been like my go-to like thing that I think about. It's crazy, but I've never said that before in public, and I do it almost every weekend. So I'm really glad I got that off my chest.
You sing it every time? Do you sing
just
it
in my head? Just like sunglasses and Advil. Yeah. Oh yeah, I need Advil. It's every time.
Kanye has been guiding you through your hangovers for a decade.
Oh.
I saw we had how about we had a 7-way tie for third place?
Yeah, seriously. So what happens to that money? It just gets like
divided up.
So yeah, what they do is they take everybody 3rd through 10th, I guess. They take all of those payouts, add them up, and divide them by 7.
Wow.
And so what that turned out to be was $330,857.15.
So you get 1/7 of what you would have gotten had you finished solo second.
No.
Okay.
No.
Awesome.
Nope.
I'm with you, Frankie. Though this stuff,
nope.
Awesome.
this stuff confuses the fuck out of me. Like I don't understand.
No problem.
So
The numbers we've been throwing around, I don't understand.
No problem.
So let me try a different way. So if third place is $600,000, okay, and then 4th place is $500,000, they add 3rd place, 4th place,
I see what you're saying.
5th place, 6th place, 7th place, 8th place, 9th place, 10th place, and then they divide it by 7.
Oh, they add all the money together.
Yep, exactly. Then they divide it by however many people finish that place.
So have we
All right,
done the
that
math
makes
on if you make more, if it's all tied, or if you make more solo?
Good question. Like if you finish solo 4th or if you finish tied for 3rd,
Yeah.
which one would have paid more? That's actually a good question. I bet it.
Like the guy in 7th has to make more money than he would have, right?
No.
No, the guy in 7th is going to make the same.
Fuck me.
Hold on.
Well, I guess the guy in 11th will.
No.
The guy in
Well,
11th
like-
will make
Well,
the
no,
same.
I'm sorry.
You're
The guy-
going off the traditional payouts. Like pre-tournament, the first place gets $1 million, second place gets 500,000, third place is 300,000. So when you divide it up 3 through 7, the average is 180. So you're wondering where the break is, like if it's 6th or 7th place, or are you not going that far?
No, like aren't we saying that? All right, if there's a 7-way tie for 3rd,
Riggs is
what
quick
does
no
what
as far
does
as funnier
4th
lines
place
ever.
make, aka 11th place in terms of number of players make? Is it more or
They make the
less than
same.
the tie?
11th makes the same because
Okay.
they're not in.
Yes.
But what the question that I'm actually don't know the answer to is, would you have made more money if you finished solo 4th than if you would have tied then in this 7-way tie for 3rd?
I would say no, because your Riggs is going off of the traditional payouts. I bet you it's like 5 is the break point. I bet you the top 2 would have made more if it wasn't such a long tie. And then everybody that gets in that bucket lowers the payout, right? Like if there's
Right.
if it's a 7-way tie for 3, you're going to make more than if it was a 9-way tie for 3.
No, I know, but I'm saying would you have been better off finishing instead of tied for 3rd? Would you rather money-wise have finished solo 4th? Because solo 4th without everybody ahead of you, right? Like everybody ahead of you tying for 3rd. Because solo 4th, you wouldn't have to then split up 5th,
Right.
7th, 8th,
Wait, you have to
9th,
look at
10th place mark.
You have to
Tournament
look at
payouts.
pre-tournament payout. Yeah. And I'm saying it would be the top 2 are still going to make Yeah, I would say it's the break starts at 6th or 7th.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
That kind of made my head hurt.
But it is interesting because, like,
of course, dude.
of course, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I go. Frankie asked the question. I go kind of like an elongated, like no, and Rick goes no, just a quick one. That literally made me just.
So yeah, solo
You get
fourth.
1/7,
I'm seeing
man.
here on golf.com that solo fourth pre-tournament was 384,000.
Yeah, so you would have made more.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you would have been even. Yeah, so fourth, finishing solo fourth, 384, fifth, 320,000. So basically, finishing solo third or solo fourth would have been better, but then it's better for everyone past that to have finished tied for third.
God, I'm so glad I'm not one of the people in charge of figuring that out. That's a nightmare. I would screw up everything.
Now you got that too. That's
No,
that's an easy one.
we were real smooth there. Just
What's
bunch of
that?
mathematicians
What's
here.
that like microeconomics
Math?
like thing that you'll like the situation
Supply
where
and demand.
No, where like if like they tell everyone, all right, you get $1 million if you say you want this, but then like if one person in the group
this
says
a game
no,
show?
then like everyone gets none. Like there's like it's a situation. It's like you learn about like how it'll like everyone will always like no one will say, well, no one will take the group thing to make less money. They'll always like someone in the group will always take.
I know what you're talking about. It's called like whatever choice, like survivor's choice or whatever you're talking
Oh,
about. I know what you're talking
prisoners
about. Prisoner's
something.
dilemma.
Prisoner's dilemma. I'm explaining it horrifically.
No, I know what
but-
you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says,
Yeah. What's
know
the
what you're
prisoner's
talking
dilemma? We can't move on until we talk about
I will
it.
say the best part too is that the description from just Googling it is not going to help us in any way. It says the prisoner's dilemma is a subset of game theory and is simplified to give each of two parties two decisions, resulting in 2 times 2 equals 4 possible outcomes. I don't think it helps us in any way.
I can't believe I've made it this far. Just generally.
Same.
There's just so much shit that I don't know and don't understand.
Oh, okay. So here we go. So you have A and B. All right. 2 people are about to go to prison.
Okay.
A stays silent and B stays silent. They both serve 1 year. A stays silent and B betrays A. A serves 3 years and B goes free. And the same goes the opposite way, right? A betrays B.
Right.
B serves 3 years. A goes free. Or if they both stay silent, they both just do 1 year.
So the total time spent is worse if
Correct.
if one guy squeals, but if neither one, then the total time spent, if you're looking at it from a group perspective, is less.
And now if they both
I see.
betray, they both do 2 years.
So it's even more.
So it's even more. So do you stay silent and just take the year? Or do you betray and take the risk that the other guy stayed silent? You go free and the other guy fucking does 3 years.
Depends on
What
if I
would
like the
happen
guy
on-
or not.
Yeah.
No, I think it's all about yourself, and I think that's what the dilemma is. I think you're constantly thinking about your own self-interest.
Yeah, it's like human nature. It's like at the
And
end of the day.
I think the correct choice is to stay silent and do 1 year.
But
like
you
the-
could do 3, dude.
Right.
Oh, because the other guy can rat you out.
Yeah.
Right. If you stay silent, bro, you might be doing 3. You know your chances of survival if you do 3 years.
So then maybe you both just betray and you do 2. Is that just the easiest way?
You might want to just betray the risk. Yeah, you might want to take the risk and just betray.
Wow.
Fuck, man.
That's only a 2-year one. There's some that say like 1 year, 8 years, or free. That's when it starts to get crazy, where it's like you're betrayed if it's 8. If the other guy can betray me and I stay silent, I get 8 years. I mean, you're dead. Someone's dying.
Man.
So,
You don't want to be a part of that.
we should do a prisoner's dilemma of putting or something. I don't know how that's gonna work out.
I don't know
I'll
how it
work
would
that
work.
out on the plane. Don't worry about
Let's
it.
come up with a
Okay.
YouTube. We come up with a YouTube video of
Golfer's
Prisoner's
dilemma. If Lurch puts this, then something happens to me. But no, it's impossible.
The word
No, you
golfer's
could do a risk where like you're choosing the guy to hit the shot for you, but like
There's
If
something to
you-
talk about there.
Golfer's dilemma. I don't hate that.
It's a good enough name that we need to figure out something that goes with it.
Quickly, because those freaking YouTubers are going to steal it.
They're going to be way faster, too. They're going to whip that shit up in no time. They're bits. They're good at bits. Bryson DeChambeau, he had surgery. The classic photo posted from the bed. He's most likely to miss now the PGA Championship at Southern Hills. I think just going to reiterate what we said last week about it. Sucks. I think golf's better when Bryson is there. When it's just intriguing. He's got a little bit of a Spieth to him where it's like you just got to watch. For whatever reason, you have to watch the process. You want to see him hitting bombs, trying to hit the ball as far as humanly possible, fist pumping, being a weirdo out there on the course, being different than everybody else. You just want to see it, especially in a major. And he is now injured and out for a little while. So it's just a bummer. I guess, to be that guy, I mean, everybody saw it coming that he was going to get injured, right? I mean,
yeah,
literally everybody.
I don't want to be that guy because I feel like I've talked shit about those guys, but we all knew this was coming. He was going to get hurt. People who don't have regimens like his get hurt. So to take it to such an extreme, I would guess there's going to be injuries, and it looks like there are.
We get hurt all the time. I mean, look at us. We're pathetic. I'm constantly hurt, I would say.
I'm getting to that point too. My legs always hurt.
Oh.
You ever play golf just sore from a workout too? Just sore. I've done it like once or twice in the last couple of years, not often.
Can't lift your club. Can't even lift the club in the air.
Oh, it's awful. I mean, I can't imagine if you were doing workouts all the time and playing golf and trying to get big and drinking protein shakes about how painful it would be just to take the club back. I mean, it makes sense that just if you're going to try to get huge as a golfer and try to do this crazy, fast, kind of agile motion where you have to turn your body quickly, that you're just going to get hurt. And
dude, your hand with golf too is a nightmare. I was having a little pain right here in my palm.
Oh yeah.
I was having a little pain in my palm, and just the thought of like me not having my usual grip, I felt like the club was twisting and turning every time I made contact, and that mentally fucked me up, like not having the strength in your hand. So I can't imagine with like Bryson and all of the stuff that he's been going through, because it was his hand, right? It's like the top of his hand or something like that.
Was it called the hamate bone?
Yeah. So I mean, that's not an easy injury, and you never wish any ill will upon people like that. So I'm hoping he gets back.
No, you don't want any ill will. I agree with that. Foreplay's not a wishing ill will type of show. So hopefully we get back soon.
To mention at the end, no ill will towards anyone.
No ill will.
No. We're not. We're anti ill will.
Sounds like I just looked up hamate bone, and for people watching on YouTube, it's like right here.
Ooh, that's exactly what I was just talking about.
Yeah, it was right where you were pointing. It's kind of down by your wrist.
This one sucks if it hurts. This one sucks if it hurts.
It
it's down by your wrist, they said.
Dude, because you do everything. You like when you get up from you like push off it. Right. When you do, oh god, ugh. Ooh, I got pain. Ooh, that makes me. I don't like that. Okay, Zurich Classic. So, team event, the only team event really of the year. You go back to our videos, our podcast from Ryder Cup week and President's Cups throughout the years, and how much we love team golf. We're obsessed with team golf here because everybody plays team golf. When you go out on the weekend, 90% of the rounds that I would say a weekend golfer plays are team golf. You pair up partners, whatever it might be. You're high-fiving. You're going to be out of half the holes. Your partner's going to be out of half the holes. So it's nice to just play, have a team. You chirp the other guys, losers buy lunch or whatever the hell it is. So nice to see on the PGA Tour, they get team golf. They get to choose, who they play with. They get to pair up. And we've got quite the assortment of teams this year. I was actually fired Ryan Palmer a text message this morning because I saw that he is with Scotty Scheffler. We talked about that, I think, on last show, but if we didn't, he's with Scotty Scheffler this week. Scotty Scheffler is obviously the number one ranked player in the world coming off the Masters. He won 4 of his last 6 starts. A couple years ago in 2019, Ryan Palmer and John Rahm, who was the most recent number one ranked player in the world, won the tournament at the Zurich Classic. So Palmer is just a recruiting machine, I guess. And I texted him earlier and just said, so you're basically the best teammate recruiter on tour. And he's like, these kids just like the old man, my veteran ways. And then he said, my guy's an okay player this week, so I think we got a decent shot. So Ryan Palmer just paired up with Scotty Scheffler. And again, they're just not the favorite. Scotty Scheffler is not the favorite going into this week. I get that it's a team event. I understand that aspect of it, but it still seems like our guy is being a little bit rated. They are 11-1 on the Barstool Sportsbook to win this week. Feels like those guys should be higher than that because there's a bunch of teams at 8-1 to win.
Well, I'm definitely betting that.
Putting Morikawa and Hovland above them, that's just because you're assuming that both guys are on a higher level than Palmer and Scheffler, and that's just talking shit about Palmer, essentially. Like, there's no reason why Morikawa and Hovland should be any higher than Scotty Scheffler. Neither of them have come even close to matching what Scotty Scheffler has done over the last 2 months. So, I mean, shout out Ryan Palmer, who's just bringing the man down and has a ton of value for Scotty Scheffler. I mean, if you're on the Barstool Sportsbook and you want the hottest hand maybe in golf history over this fucking stretch of golf, go get him at 11-1. Are you insane?
Right. I would say
Also,
that's good news for guys like us.
To be 20-1 to be leaders after day one, which
20-1 for Scotty Scheffler to just play the best golf in the first day. It's just he's done that for months, every day.
Like that. I'm gonna.
I love the
coin that
20-1. I know, because I scrolled to the bottom. I was looking at more bets, and then I was like, oh, 21, and then I scrolled up, and there was leaders after round one. So I.
Do you know if that counts? Do you know if that counts being tied for the lead? Does that count as well?
I'm pretty sure, but then the payout's just less. So just like as we talked about dividing up the profits just a second ago between the people that tied for third, which was just 1/7 of the bucket, which was not right.
Does anybody know what equipment Scotty Scheffler uses by chance?
He uses TaylorMade.
That's right.
He uses. Oh, he's a TaylorMade athlete.
He's a stealth guy. Oh
wow!
I just dropped something. Yep, sorry.
You all right?
Yep.
You can drop bombs if you use the TaylorMade Stealth, which is obviously the carbon wood. The metal wood age is out. The old persimmon wood age out. The carbon wood age is in. The TaylorMade Stealth. They're all using it. Tiger Woods, when he showed up at the Masters tournament, what was he using, boys? He hadn't played golf in like a year and a half.
Stealth.
Okay. We are teaming up with our friends at TaylorMade. We have the same equipment sponsor as Scotty Scheffler, and we're already playing well. We're teaming up with our friends at TaylorMade for the ultimate season opener sweepstakes and giving away 50 prizes to 50 different winners. That's a lot of winners. Prizes include everything from a grand prize full bag of new TaylorMade clubs to a new stealth driver to TP5X golf balls and everything in between now through May 10th. Go to TaylorMadeGolf.com/Barstool Sweeps to enter and celebrate the season's first major and the unofficial start to the golf season. The Sweeps is running across a number of podcasts within the Barstool Network. We would like our loyal followers to win, so make sure that you go over to TaylorMadeGolf.com/Barstool Sweeps right now for your chance to win, and be sure to let them know you heard about it from Foreplay. Make this golf season better and fill your bag with the best. Of course, that is TaylorMade, just like Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods and Colin Morikawa. Head over to TaylorMadeGolf.com/Barstool Sweeps right now for your chance to win big. That is TaylorMadeGolf.com/Barstool Sweeps. Go sign up. Go win. You're going to get a full bag of golf clubs. That's the grand prize. And then there's a lot of golf balls, all kinds of things being given away. Spider putter is awesome. Irons, P770 is awesome. Everything's awesome.
I just put a bunch of those in my bag.
Dude, it's the only ball. I think I'm a tour sponsor.
Hold on, I'm going to go show the people for YouTube.
Go show the people
there too.
Played another round of golf this past weekend. Shot 1 over par, birdied the first 2 holes, putted fabulously.
Whoa.
1 over par?
I'm just a tour response guy.
You are a tour response guy with the green stripe. That's what you needed. You needed alignment.
Crazy.
You needed alignment assistance.
Dude, I put the tighter there it is.
That's nice.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've been talking about this. I've been talking about this thing like crazy. I didn't have it with me. I played this weekend and I had just an extra box at my house, but I wasn't staying here. I was like, whatever. Couldn't find these balls. I used just regular old fucking white balls, which are good too. The TP5 and TP5X are great. I'm telling you right now, go try this out. It's affordable, it's different, and when you use it on the putting green, it's a Tour Response stripe ball. When you use it on the green, you're going to feel like you have a putting aid during a golf match. You're going to be 5 feet out with a little left to right break. You're going to line this thing up, and you're going to watch the yellow line just roll to the hole. And if you miss it, you're going to know if you mishit it off like the toe, the heel, or if you just misread it. Now you're going to know, like, all right, the greens aren't moving that much. They're like, it's crazy. It's insane. It's a putting aid.
Frankie, our guy Lurch just said that he shot a 1 over par with it.
Woo-hoo!
Birdie the first 2 holes, putted great. So you're telling me you're getting the performance off the tee to green, and then on the greens you're just making more putts?
It's just like, it's just easier to play the game with it. Like it's,
it's
weird.
you know what I'm doing? I mean, it sounds basic, but I use the green stripe. I align to where I want to putt the ball.
Yep.
And then I put the putter and make sure that the line on the putter is like the same as the golf ball. And it's become a wildly easier game.
Sounds like it's really easy to line up and make putts. So go check it out. You can probably win a bunch of these things if you go to TaylorMadeGolf.com/Barstool Sweeps. TaylorMade's the best equipment company in the world. They got the number one ranked player in the world. That all checks out. The greatest player to ever play the game of golf. So on and so forth. Okay.
I would like to make an official pick for the Zurich Classic.
Wow.
If I may.
You may.
Okay, because I was looking at the odds, and this pick is going to shock some people because of 50% of this duo. But I am taking Ian Poulter and Shane Lowry to win the Zurich Classic at 14-1. That's my pick. If you look, and the reason I'm doing this, and it has nothing to do with Poulter, but he just happens to be on the team. Shane Lowry, if you look at his recent finishes, he is playing really well. I actually have them. I can pull them up quickly, but they're just a lot of really good finishes.
He just finished one shot out of the playoff yesterday.
Right. Every time I tune in on a Sunday, I see Shane Lowry. Actually, let me pull these up quickly. All right.
Did you guys see him top one yesterday?
Yeah.
No, but my point is, that made me feel really good because, as bad as we are, golf people try to chirp us doesn't make you feel so bad, because if they could top it and they're the best players in the world, we could top it too. And the fact that he still finished one shot out of playoff while topping an iron shot, probably playing pretty good golf there, Trent.
Listen to these finishes. The Honda Classic second, the Players Championship tied for 13th, Valspar tied for 12th, WGC tied 35th. We won't think about that one. Masters T3, RBC Heritage T3. So he's playing really well. And, Poulter, it's unfortunate that he's part of this group, but he also kind of likes weird team formats. So those are my guys, 14-1 Barstool Sportsbook. Jump on with me and we'll have we got to root for Poulter, but we're really just rooting for Lowry.
And Poulter's a great putter. Yeah, pretty sure in team events you want great putting. So I'm going to go there's a couple things that I highlighted in terms of the Zurich Classic picks this year. Barstool Sportsbook is the official gaming partner, by the way, so go check out, go download, go use. I really like our guys, Max Homa and Taylor Gooch. They're 28-1. I was very surprised at that number. Max Homa has won, 3 times in the last little over a year on the PGA Tour. He won Riviera. He won the Fortinet, and then he won at the beginning of this Rembrandt season. So clearly Max Homa is playing great. And then Taylor Gooch also, and he was on the show not that long ago. So those are two of our guys. I thought 28-1 when you're seeing a lot of these teams at 8-1, 11-1. What your guys, the treasonous team there, what are they at there, Trent? What are they? 14-1? 14-1. And now you're going to double that for Max Homa and Taylor Gooch. I like them a lot. And then a team that I just kind of threw out there as a complete outrageous long shot is James Hahn and Kevin Chappell. Kevin Chappell is a G4 guy now. Kevin Chappell went through back injuries, all kinds of surgeries, and fell off for a few years. He's sort of making his way back onto the PGA Tour. They are 150-1. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on that. They're 150-1. Maybe they'll miss the cut and play terrible, but I threw them on my list of guys that I'm a little bit interested in.
I was just kind of scrolling here. How about Henrik Stenson and Justin Rose at 66-1?
Jesus. We saw Justin Rose at the Zurich Classic last time we were there. Remember that trade? He almost bodied us off the sidewalk. He's a big guy.
I do remember that.
He's a sneaky big guy.
Lurch, who do you like?
Well, I like it to end in a playoff. I just think the parity in golf's so tight that plus 400 ending in a playoff, I actually like a lot. And then, a couple names actually jumped out at me just because, I've basically had successful gambling on, I would say 10 to 15% of my bets over the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to dumb it down to some of those kind of just
clip.
Oh, that's
a low clip.
It's a low clip. It's not, you're not bringing money into the bank account. You're actually just donating that to the sports book responsibly. So one name that I love is Harry Higgs and Smotherman.
Ooh.
Just because Smotherman with Higgs, he likes to smother his meats. Higgs likes meats. That's basically the logic that my brain came to. Was we're going to sprinkle a little bit on that. And that is 15-1, 15,000 plus 15,000. So that's the one that I think I'm going to run with. But I think that heavier play for me will be ending at a playoff plus 400. I like that a lot.
Okay.
Wow, I like that. Remember the shot from Louis Oosthuizen in the playoff last year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, and then remember Kiz's celebration when he forced a playoff when he chipped in on the 72nd hole. So I think playoff might be the call. I'm going to go playoff with you. It's 4-1.
4-1, and just I mean, golf tournaments when they play individually go into a playoff. I just think that there's a real good chance for that, especially when they're playing together. So
I like that.
We'll see.
Bet.
I love that. I'm going to jump on that as well, Lurch.
All right, let's get a little foreplay bet on it. Maybe we can
another good one. We've seen this guy in match play before with our own eyes. I've been his partner. It's Tommy Fleetwood. If you've watched us on YouTube, I've been his partner for a couple holes playing against Lurch, Riggs, and Trent. He's 14-1. His partner, another guy we've played with, Sergio Garcia. Tommy Fleetwood and Sergio Garcia are two really good golfers, TaylorMade guys, really good vibes in that group. You can just tell they're going to have a good time out there. They're two veterans of the game. 14-1. I mean, I like them so much better than fucking Billy Horschel and Sam Burns. Not to like, I'm sorry to those guys,
Throw
but
a little shade on that though. That's
14-1. I mean, you're getting so much better odds on Tommy Fleetwood and Sergio Garcia. Those are gonna be my two guys aside from Scotty and Palmer.
I thought you were coming for Poulter and Lowry there, and I was going to be upset. Those are my guys.
Well, no, but those guys are better odds or worse.
Isn't it
odds.
the same?
Were they 14-1? Oh, they are 14-1.
Yeah.
I thought they were 20. That's crazy. They're putting a lot on Lowry there.
He's got a lot. I mean, Lowry's really good, and Poulter can make putts. He's a team guy. You know, the whole deal. The team aspect is so interesting because, again, I mean, you look at guys like Kisner and Scott Brown. Like Scott Brown is clearly not had the career that a lot of these names that we're talking about, yet they got into a playoff and have a pretty good track record in this event. So I don't think leaning on one guy, especially when you got like Kiz and Scott Brown, they play golf at Palmetto together. They're boys. So having that team camaraderie, as stupid as it sounds, much as it's a cliche from hockey and from other sports, like that shit fucking matters. Like that shit clearly matters in this event. And so I feel like you get the Poulter and Lowry, they might have some kind of connection that we don't know about. I don't hate that. I mean,
that's why the Victor and Morikawa team, like they're buddies. Like I could see that paying out. We'll see though. It's one of the better events of the year, honestly. And so it's always a joy to watch.
Bubba Watson and HV3.
Bubba Watson?
That's Bubba Watson.
You doing a little Bubba watching?
I jumped in the pool and there was no water in it.
Did you see the Justin Spieth line? Did you see that guy? The guy say, "Congrats on the 2022 RBC."
Justin Spieth.
Justin Spieth.
That's a good one. I like that.
What I was gonna say, which I don't even really want to say anymore, to be honest, but Bubba Watson and HV3. That's an interesting pairing. I don't hate that pairing either. That's just a couple. HV3 is playing great. He's up there with Lowry. Every time I turn on the TV, HV3 is up near the top of the leaderboard. So that's another pairing to look out for.
I didn't realize he's a Butch Harmon guy either. I saw Butch Harmon putting on his Instagram a couple of videos of HV3 in there the other day. Butch is just the man. His ability to have every single player that he coaches swings look completely different. He just works with them to get them playing their best golf. What a magician that man is.
Stud.
Yeah, HV3 doesn't have the feet of Scheffler, but he's got that back leg that just like swings all the way through the ball. It's like, you know what I mean? It just leaves it and then he's just facing the target. It's kind of amazing that it releases that right foot and then he's just looking like face forward. He's not in like
releases his whole body. Like every part of his body is just released.
Yes, when he finishes, he's standing looking at the hole. It's amazing.
So what's occurring around me, boys, is the horn just blew here because the weather's so terrible that the horn just blew. So you're getting a live look at the Barstool Classic is moving indoors at the.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's just quite easy. No, I have to give a shout out to the St. Louis Blues organization. So what I did was I wanted to put money on the puck line for the Blues to defeat the Minnesota Wild on Saturday, and I responsibly was an idiot and didn't double check it, and I put that money on the St. Louis Blues puck line, so they got to win by more than a goal and a half to beat the Nashville Predators yesterday. Well, the Blues were up like 5-1 or something against the Wild, and then blew it. Ended up only winning 6-5, so it wouldn't have covered. Yesterday, they defeated the Nashville Predators 8-3, I believe the final was. So we ended up getting paid out plus 205 in the Barstool Sportsbook. So thank you very much for that. Real quick, SimpliSafe.
There's some noisy boys back there.
Yeah, I mean that's just It's just going to occur. People are in here. They've been drinking some truly hard seltzer, having themselves a nice day. They're soaking wet. Every person in here has rain gear on. That is got to be 10 pounds heavier because it's so wet. Is it too loud, or am I just annoying now?
No,
you go ahead.
It's part.
Okay,
It's part of the atmosphere.
Yeah, where it's just an atmospheric show. SimpliSafe. I got to talk about them real quick because they've been protecting my new home. I know Frankie's got a new home. You guys know I love the break-in protection that my SimpliSafe home security gives me. That's true. I'm not there all the time because we're on the road so much. So not being there, making sure that it's secure, protected. If you are at home, living at home, your family's at home, you obviously want them to be safe. SimpliSafe is going to handle that. It's not always outside forces that you need SimpliSafe's protection from. Joshua's story, a few months ago, he fell asleep with pizza rolls still in the oven. This could have been disastrous, thousands of dollars in damage to his kitchen at home, or way worse. Luckily, Joshua has a comprehensive SimpliSafe system equipped with everything to prevent break-ins and smoke detectors to sniff out fires. He started to wake to the sound of a 95 decibel alarm. That seems like a lot from his SimpliSafe base station. Seconds later, you got a call from SimpliSafe professional monitoring. Pizza rolls didn't make it, but Joshua did. He believes SimpliSafe probably saved his life that night. Protecting people when their guard is down is one of the many reasons that more than 4 million people use and love SimpliSafe. With a comprehensive SimpliSafe system and 24/7 professional monitoring, you always have someone looking out for you. Plan costs under $1 a day with no long-term contracts or hidden fees ever. You can customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplisafe.com/foreplay. Go today, claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. Again, that is simplisafe.com/foreplay. Again, you get to claim a free indoor security camera, which are awesome, plus 20% off with interactive monitoring, simplisafe.com/foreplay. All right, boys. I got quite the ruckus going on here, so I may remove myself from the show so that I can figure out what the hell's going on at the Barstool Classic. If you guys would like to converse any longer or discuss your upcoming plans in Nolans, you might have to do it without me if that is okay.
We could take it home for you.
Yeah, we got
Be
it.
the commissioner.
I appreciate it. I'm going to go do commissioner duties. Hope you guys have a safe flight.
All right.
I want to see some footage from your crawfish experiences and the dueling piano bar because it's awesome.
Done.
Okay. Goodbye. I'm going to do a Lurch move now. Okay.
Okay. Unfortunately, I have to exit.
Hold on.
Yeah, there you go. I just sent
I'm leaving, unfortunately. He just wrote to all of us.
Send a message to the group. Yeah. There he is. He's gone.
Yeah, no, the one thing that we forgot to say about the Zurich Classic is that if you're getting tickets, which you should be getting tickets if you're in the Nolans area, which is what Riggs says, Nolans drives me crazy actually when he says it. And we're going to talk about Riggs as much as we can behind his back now that he's gone. But get tickets if you haven't gotten tickets already, and then come to the 9th green. We're going to have a huge setup at the 9th green at the Zurich Classic all week. So we're all going to be down there. There's going to be a bunch of Barstool personalities down there. Trent and I will be essentially living at that spot, and we'll be doing Barstool Sportsbook stuff. So come say hi to us. It's going to be a fun week. First time that I'm going to. I think this might be the first time I'm going to just a regular PGA Tour event.
Really?
Is that right? Aside from like a
First
playoff.
time ever? You've never been?
I've been to like Barclays, like that was at Glen Oaks. I've been to the Barclays when it was at Bethpage. I've been to all of the events that we've gone to. We've never gone to a PGA Tour event together.
No, we go to the majors.
Yeah, I've never gone to just a regular. I could be wrong. We've gone to so much shit, but I'm pretty sure.
What about when we were in San Francisco earlier this year?
What was in San Francisco?
What was that tournament? Lurch. We were there with the full swing guys.
Did you go to the Farmers?
Oh, I went to the Farmers Insurance
Dude,
this year.
I was literally Jake. That was like when a teacher called on you and you just have no idea.
I didn't do the reading.
Nothing.
I didn't read the
like,
pages.
I was like, was I even in San Francisco? I have no idea. And of course we were there. It was one of the
San Diego.
Well,
best
it's crazy you said San
experiences of
Francisco
my life.
because it's just San
Right.
Diego.
Torrey
But
Pines, yeah.
Torrey Pines, yes. I've been to the Farmers. That was the first one. Correct. Okay, so this year was my first time. I'm looking forward to going to the Zurich team event. I think the guys are going to be a little more loose. There's a lot of money to be won at the Zurich, so I don't think it's going to be too loose. I think it's still fucking obviously tournament aspect, but I mean, we're going to see Scotty Scheffler. We're going to see our guy Kisner. We're going to see Brown. We're going to see Colin Morikawa. We have inside the ropes passes. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's a cool event. I mean, we went down there, like I said last time, but Didn't stick around for the event, I'm pretty sure. I'm excited to see it. I've been to regular tour events, but never one that's a team event because they never happen. The Zurich is really the only one. So I'm excited just to see what goes on. And like you said, we'll be on the ninth hole, betting, doing the whole thing. I am very excited. New Orleans is a cool place, and I'm excited to go to a cool place, and that's kind of as far as I've thought about it.
Have you guys done anything worth speaking about on this podcast in the last week? Have you guys watched any movies, seen any new TV shows, listened to any new music? You know, now that Riggs is gone with all the golf schmo talk, maybe we can get into the nitty gritty of, you know, our lives.
I've been heavy on the camp train. I know, Trent, we talked about that music,
yeah.
The band Camp. Frankie, have you heard of these guys?
No.
They're honestly fantastic. They have some legit bangers.
Okay.
I mean,
I love them so much I posted them on my Insta story the other day.
Whoa.
What? You did?
Yeah, All the Debts I Owe. It's a great song.
So
All
right
the Debts
now,
I Owe is
right now I'm
by
going
and by is like not to be believed how good that is.
That
okay,
whole
so
album's
the
great.
band Camp, I'm
Really
gonna hit
is.
a little star next to him. Oh wait, it's not called the band Camp. I'm thinking of the band Camino. It's another band I really like.
No. I was just because I didn't
know.
know, Frankie, if you didn't know, that
Two
we're talking
A's.
about a band. Yeah,
Two
two A's
A's.
in Camp. That's right.
Check them out, dude. They're good.
All right, I just hit a little
Really
follow
good.
next to him. I'm the 3,118,029
Dude.
listener.
And when I put that Instagram story up, I got a ton of responses being like, this
Yeah.
is the best band going right now. These guys, like, we love these guys.
I love this
They rip.
recommendation. I'm going to be listening to that on my way down to New Orleans. I have a couple recommendations for music that I have been binging so hard it would make your fucking head spin. There's a guy named Jerry Cinnamon. Now, I think he's Scottish. I'm pretty sure he's Scottish.
Good name out of the gate.
Sorry, it's spelled with a G. Gerry Cinnamon. He's a one-man band. Go look. I'm going to send you, Trent, and I'll even send you, Lurch. I will send you guys this video of him playing at some festival in England. It's a one-man band where he's got a guitar, he's got a fucking kick drum, and he is sending this crowd into a Beatles-type frenzy because they know this song sometimes, and then What Have You Done by Jerry Cinnamon. He's one of those guys that it's like he's a looping musician, so he can he'll start like the harmonica and then he'll hit the thing and then the harmonica will play and then he'll play the fucking kick drum and that'll play and then he'll just play the guitar to it. He's a one-man band and his songs are fucking amazing. So
Okay.
Jerry Cinnamon, go listen to him. I've been listening to that oh my god, it's been nuts. And then I've been listening to Sturgill like crazy. And actually, Sturgill has now entered my karaoke world. Where
Really?
Oh yeah,
What song?
You Can Have the Crown, or You Can Wear the Crown.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah.
Is it You Can Have the Crown?
You Can Have the Crown. I believe.
You Can Have the Crown has now become maybe my second go-to karaoke song.
Whoa.
Just because I know every word to it, I know the fucking rhythm, and it goes, man. People that may not have ever heard the song, they're like, whoa, what's this little country tune that Frankie's singing? I did it the other night. We've got a karaoke machine at the house. The first thing my dad wheeled into my house was this ridiculous karaoke machine. It's 6 feet tall. It's got 3 huge bass sound speakers on the bottom, and then a huge 20-inch screen that you can search Facebook, YouTube, and all these apps so that you can actually see the words come up on the screen with wireless mics. And then you turn the lights off and it just shoots out lasers all over your room. So you feel like you're in a fucking club. So I've been singing that a lot. But yeah.
What's your number one song, just for the record?
Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me by Elton John. It brings the fucking house down.
I had to know number one. I think people wanted to know as well.
Yeah. So, all right. So we got some music recommendations. I'm telling you guys, go listen to Jerry Cinnamon. He's got that Scottish accent. I fucking love it. It's really cool. I think you're gonna like him.
Okay. The only thing I've been listening to new recently, and this is probably not something that you guys would be that into, but it's just Boldy James and West Side Gun. These are rappers that
Boldy
Coley Mick
James.
turned me on to. I don't know. They're rappers, and they're the type of music that I just fucking love. Just that type of hip hop is amazing to me.
Yeah.
So check out those guys. Bo Jackson is an album. Pray for Paris is another album. If you want to get into that, but that's not really for you two, but anybody else can listen
Could
to
be.
that
I know.
I like from raps from time to time, but
downstairs, when I go downstairs and I just like want to hang out in the kitchen or whatever, I start playing music down there. First guy that I've been turning on recently is just Action Bronson. I always just start my day off for some reason in my new house. I like to start my day off with Baby Blue. I don't know why. There's just something. There's just something about the vibes down there, and like I like walking around my new place, and it's got a kind of like, it's got like just an uppity beat to it, and it's just like I just feel good. I like to open up the refrigerator to it. Does that make any sense? Like I kind of like to just do things. I like to turn the water on and like wash a dish and like throw a fucking napkin over my shoulder and just kind of walk around. I don't know why, but that's just the vibe. I like to walk around with my feet loose.
The last 3 years, I have gotten obsessed with Action Bronson. I'm just obsessed with him. I listen to him constantly.
So this is the great thing about music, and I think you fall into this really deep. You end up falling into like the vibe of the person and the story behind them. I feel like a lot, right? Like
Big time.
So you're a big like the person singing it guy. Like you love Sturgill for that reason that like he has a story behind his music, and like a lot of people fall into just like what is like gonna make me feel good, or what's like the hottest music out there right now, and they won't even know who sang it. I feel like Trent's very into like who's singing it, why are they singing it, and what else have they sung before they became like really famous. And like that's what I like about music. You like they tell stories and stuff.
Action Bronson's story is insane. He was a cook. He was all these different things. He's an artist. He likes to paint. He does all these different things, and his music is just. I love it. I don't really even know how to describe my level of love for that music, but I listen to it all the time.
And is this a rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing,
so you start your morning out with a rap? Like I'm like easy go feeling like to start it out. Like I like Nathaniel Rateliff a little bit, like, and it's still all right. Or a great morning jam is Jerry Rafferty, right down the line. You know that?
Yeah, I do know that. Yes.
Dude, just a couple of good vibes to get the day going. But I don't know if I ever have started a day rapping.
Dude, it's not like the rap that you're thinking. It's like What's
the best song?
Baby Blue for me. It's got to be.
Baby Blue.
Trent might disagree.
Yeah, I don't know how to
describe. It's just got the piano, and it's just like, you're like, whoa, you're light on your feet. So I'll either listen. Here's my two go-tos when I go downstairs. I either put on Steely Dan or I put on fucking Action Bronson. So
wow.
I'm a very, very diverse music listener. Like I'll go from the 70s, I'll go from the 60s. I listen to every song the Beatles have ever put out, and then I'll go straight to like Machine Gun Kelly and like rip my dick off, and like
wife just doesn't even come downstairs if Machine Gun Kelly's on.
No, I'm just going crazy, just like just fucking getting all emo and shit.
I know people. MGK is a polarizing figure, I guess that's how I would describe it. His new album's good though. I like it.
His last two albums, dude. Yeah. Tickets to My Downfall is one of the best like punk rock albums I've heard in a long time.
Right, and as a guy who's not involved in that world about like what's punk, what's like, I don't give a fuck about any of that. I just like good music, like the music that sounds like that, and that stuff is good.
I have something to admit.
Okay.
And maybe you guys will just agree with me. I love watching the Kardashians.
Man, I used to watch. I'm not going to judge you. I used to watch the Keeping Up with the Kardashians religiously years ago. Dude, so I'm with you.
They have a new show on Hulu, and it's just you have to watch it. Their family owns reality television. Like anything that you like about reality TV, it's from like they dominate it. Like the first episode, like Kim K has like a new sex tape coming out, and they're like crying about it and freaking out. And like now Kanye's coming into the next episode, and fucking Travis Barker's like hooking up with Kourtney Kardashian, and Scott Disick's mad about it. This is all happening in the first 30 minutes of their new season. It's like, yeah, these people are fucking superstars for a reason. And everyone that's listening to this is probably like, the Kardashians, like that's everything that's wrong with America. You know what? I like to sit down on my fucking bed and watch shitty TV, and they're the kings and queens of it. Just like
they are.
No, they're just the kings and queens of just like, I'm lazy today and I want to throw something on. What am I going to watch? Fucking HGTV? What am I going to watch? A fucking rerun of a basketball game? No, I'm going to fucking watch something that's entertaining. And those fucking people are entertaining. And I will say this. I think they got our drone guy to do their their intro is insane. It goes from like house to house, flying
Interesting.
through all the things. I gotta ask my guy Jay Bird Films if he's the guy.
Dude, that guy's the busiest man on the planet right now. It seems he's everywhere.
So I felt like I was a burden on him at the time when I asked him to come to Barstool. I was like, dude, I know you're busy, and no one really knew who he was at the time. And I don't want to say that like we blew him up. He already had hundreds of thousands of followers, like, but he wasn't mainstream in the sense that like every event got him. Like, and now it seems like if like the Masters, the Winter Classic, no matter what event goes on, he's there.
His story the other day was at MSG. Did you see that?
No.
He just took a picture of MSG, and I was like, "This is the best thing in the world."
Oh, he's gonna do a Ranger one. Oh my god! And then
has to be, or at least Rangers, Knicks, whatever. It's the world's most famous arena. So,
well, yeah, famous for losing.
Are these all him, or are knockoffs starting to happen?
I think there's like 5 people on the planet that can do what he can do. So maybe there's like a collective group of guys. I know his partner also does it. So like they're a partner. Him and his like buddy, they can go to either event and knock it out, but it all ends up under the same production team.
Like, are we sure they did the Masters one?
I'm not 100% positive.
Yeah.
I know that he's like the groundbreaking guy to do it. He started it off with that bowling alley video like 3 years ago, and everyone's like, what the fuck is this? You know what he did better than anyone else? He matched drone work to the audio. And he was telling me that like, that was a huge thing for them to be able to like piece together, like when they fly by someone, you can hear their conversation. And I talked about this on this podcast, but when we did the Barstool one, that was something really cool to watch Logan, who edited it. He learned how to like do like spatial audio where like if the drone flies by, you want that person's voice to go from your right ear to your left ear. You know what I mean? Like little shit like that adds so much value to that video. So watch like one of his new ones. And then when he's flying by trees, you hear like the brush of trees in the back right of your ear. It's nuts.
Well, think about it. It adds a layer to it because otherwise, if you use the original audio, it's just a drone and it's just like
they don't even have there's nothing.
Like that's not that like adding audio where you feel like you're actually where they're riding through is adds a whole different layer to it.
So that's what amazes me though. Like, and they may use like voice actors or whatever, but like when they did like the Masters one, there's like people were like, did they go around and just grab all that audio from those people, or did they just like use voice actors? Like, because when they came to Barstool, we sat there and like he went to each station and got each person to do the audio.
Dude, so he had me roll the luggage by a microphone so he could have that little bit of audio.
And that's so cool.
I don't know. It is cool.
He did it. He did another one at Axon where he like flew through the actual machines, and I was like, dude, how are you getting the drone through the machine? I wasn't able to be there that day, but
that one started. He went through like a cop car, right?
Right, and it finished with the actual drone getting tased. It flies back in, so he got a cop car with like that tethered drone that I've talked to you about. So he comes and closes, and he almost hits the tethered drone, which would have been a mess, but like whatever. And then he comes and flies back in the bus and gets tased, and that's flying through all these very intricate like machines that build, tasers, body cams, and things like that. I mean, he's insane how good he is.
And he has the confidence that
to pull it off.
Like, yeah, no, I'm not going to hit anything. What? And dude,
yes,
I saw he did one, I think it was at the Winter Classic or maybe it was a golf event, but he went backwards, which threw me off. So it was like a reveal.
I saw that. And then I was like, okay, it's backwards. That means the person getting out of the truck, it's going to be all messed up. No. He was walking forward, and that's where my mind blew because I was like,
so he just had to not hit something.
Right.
I don't know how he went backwards and without knowing what's behind him, and he didn't hit a thing, and he also stayed to his route. That was, I got to find exactly, was it a golf one? I think it might have been.
He must have had 2 cameras on.
No, he doesn't though. I know what he does. He just, all it is the view that you're seeing, and he wears goggles, and there can't be 2 fucking cameras.
Well, unless, I'm saying for that shoot, like he had
unless the only way
he flew through trees, Frankie. He can't fly through trees.
He had to have had an assistant. Maybe he had 2 GoPros, and the assistant was wearing the GoPro of the other one, saying "right tree coming up."
Something,
because you can't look at both views. That's insane.
That was one of the better. He's really good.
So that's Jay Bird Films on Instagram. Go look him up.
Are you guys playing any more golf? Do you have any golf coming up in the coming weeks? Or
so I know Trent's got a little something up his sleeve coming up for sure. I've got some things coming up my sleeve in the fact that I'm at a little golf course over here. I want to give a shout out to Colonial Springs, nicest people on the planet. I don't want to call it a hidden gem because I feel like golf courses don't love that terminology, but I think that's exactly what this place is. I've lived on Long Island and in New York my whole life, and I've never heard anyone talk about this place or knew what it was. I thought it was public, but then it was all super private. And then, dude, when I tell you that I've been going to this place the last weekend, and the pro there, Dan, and all the guys that work there, the range is insane. So Long Island's flat, and when they built this golf course, they just moved so much dirt to just create slopes and undulations and elevated tee boxes, and you feel like you're not on Long Island. I've played 27 holes there now, and every single hole I'm like, where the fuck am I right now? Huge mounds of grass. It looks like Erin Hills, fescue behind the fucking tee boxes and the greens. And so that's going to be my spot for the summer. I'm so happy I found it. I'm so happy that those people are there. If you're at Colonial Springs, you know exactly how cool of a place this is. It's blown my mind from the second I got there to the second I walked off the 18th hole. So, and it's 3 9s, which I love. I love
awesome.
To be able to mix.
27 makes you feel like you have unlimited golf when you're not playing the same 18 or just going back to front.
Dude, it's
if
awesome.
you have the ability to mix in different 9s and play 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 1.
That's the coolest part. When you show up for the day, they're like, all right, you're playing Pine and Valley today. And then the next day, it's Lake and Pine. It's every time you show up, it's something fresh. You could play 3 or 4 times and not have the same combination. So
that's cool.
It's fun.
I'm going to try to mix in a range session. We did our buddies have done. We've created majors. We just had a Cobweb Classic, which I missed a forfeiter to lose after playing great all day, which really sucked, but that's standard. And I'm actually out in Arizona right now. I'm going to try to actually mix in a range session one day, but then I'll be down in Florida with family. I missed Easter. I was flying just on a flight for Easter, which was a real bust. But I'll be down
Easter
in Florida.
Is a big meat eating.
Dude, it's a great day to be home. You eat ham, jelly beans and then stuff your body with ham and drinks and then some more dessert. And then you feel horrible. You felt, what'd you say? I left there in a salt coma or something like that from the shoot. So that was a bummer, but I'll be down in Florida this weekend. I'll be playing some golf down there, probably my pops. I actually might play, Sand Ridge, where, who's the people are shitting on that now that I can't think of his name. Marty Fish.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Marty Fish.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, we paid $1 to play that course. My dad rents a house down there. We play Sand Ridge from time to time. And then my mom is remarried. We play, of course, Riamar, which is really sweet down there.
Florida golf is cool. I'm trying to book a buddy's golf trip and seeing where I'm going to go. And obviously all these places are so fucking packed. It's insane. You can't get to Bandon for the next 2 years. You can't get to Erin Hills for a year. It's nuts. It's to try and get 8 to 12 guys together and get tee times back and back to back to back. You're literally looking at 2024 some of these places. And I reached out to Streamsong because we've never gone to Streamsong. Have you guys played there?
No. I played there, yeah.
Is it because the pictures look insane? I mean,
it's awesome, man. That place is awesome, and it's 3. When I was there, and I don't know if they've added anything to it, but 3 18-hole courses, and then also a short course. So it's unlimited golf in terms of that. It is in the middle of nowhere. So,
dude, I looked at the Google Maps. It's
a buddies only trip. It's not for
how is it easy to get there? Where do you fly into Tampa?
Tampa, and then you just get in a car and kind of rip, and you're going across the state of Florida, which nobody lives. So you can go. I mean, hopefully no one's listening, but as fast as you want on those roads.
Well, what are we talking? An hour, 2 hours?
Yeah, I think something like that. I would say somewhere. I mean, on the way there, it's always one of the things with golf trips. On the way to a golf destination, you're oh, this took 8 seconds. And then on the way home, you're this took 45 hours.
Yeah.
Because you're just so excited. And then when you're leaving, it's miserable. So I think it's about an hour. It's really not that bad of a drive because it's kind of a highway and then a straight drag there. And then once you're on property, you throw the keys away. And it's that whole Bandon shuttle service. It's anywhere you want to go is golf, and they've got awesome restaurants there and then awesome awesome food, and the golf is spectacular.
Yeah, so that's like one of the spots I still have to give them a call and see like what their availability is, but they seem to be pretty receptive of like, yeah, like people love golf trips, like give us a call. So
Yeah.
like every other place was kind of just like, yeah, no chance, like you're never coming here ever again. So, dude, Trent and I are playing in this quote unquote
I know, that's
celebrity shootout. It's like a 5-hole. Dude, the format is. I'm actually pretty nervous about it, to be honest.
I'm
because
very nervous about
we're
it.
getting mixed up with like random either celebrities or people. So like we're not playing together, which is always
Right. I was thinking about it. It's pretty rare these days when we do things like this and we're not all together, or there's, you're matched up with Frankie or Lurch or Riggs, and there's a level of comfort with that now. Now with this thing, which I'm excited to do, but also very nervous, like I'm saying, I'm just going to be matched up with somebody and we're going to play. The format's interesting. We're going to play 5 holes, and I'm very nervous.
So here we go. So we tee off tomorrow, or today when you're listening to this, at 3 p.m. at TPC, Louisiana. We play hole number 1, 2, 8, and 9. And we follow the tournament days format. So the 2-man celebrity team will play best ball on hole number 1 and 8, and alternate shot on holes number 2 and 9. So it's only 4 holes. So it's a 4-hole shootout. So best ball and alternate shot, which is just like, who are we gonna get paired up with, dude? Like, you know what's gonna happen, dude? They have you as like whatever you are at 20. You're gonna get paired up with the best player. Like, you may get paired up with like Larry Fitzgerald or whoever that guy is, whoever their scratch guy is. You're paired up with. I'm gonna get paired up with like someone that I might have to carry. I don't know.
So we're getting matched up with another quote unquote celebrity.
I'm 99% sure.
Okay. I would love to play with Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, I'm going to
I don't even
embarrass
know if he's
myself
in
in front of one of the great. Yeah. No, you're right. I'm going to get like a scratch.
Dude, Trent, we're playing a tournament. It's got a $40,000 purse.
I mean,
so $10,000 to each of the winner goes to their favorite charity. And then I think like 5
goes in your pocket.
And then $5,000 goes to each of the other 4 participants.
Oh shit. All right.
So I guess there's 2 winners.
Just bring that green line. You know what I mean? Just start rolling.
Dude, I have these. They're going in my bag.
Oh yeah, I got them in my bag too.
Wow.
I've got in terms of my golf world, speaking of me being a 20, we're going to kick off Breaking 90 finally.
Boom.
We've got like in 2 weeks we're going back down to Georgia, and we're gonna spend a weekend or a day or 2 during the week. I can't remember what the dates are exactly, but we're gonna kick off Breaking 90 and then just get rolling with that again, which I'm excited
with your coach
about.
and be part of the Till gang down there.
Oh yeah, I'm going down. We're going down to see Tillery. We're gonna do a very similar format to what we did last year, where I'm gonna go down there, spend a day and a half, 2 days with him, get a bunch more, training and teaching and all that shit, and then just kind of rip the rest of the summer with rounds, which I'm excited about.
It's fucked up, but I think this year I'm gonna break 70.
Holy shit!
Whoa!
You feel good?
Yeah.
You feel that good,
dude? The putting thing, man, has me reinvigorated into the game of golf. Where I was like, dude, I'm miserable. I just am never gonna get better. But now I'm making putts, and I actually think that there's a possibility on a good putting day, and if obviously I'd have to have just like good everything, that I break 70 this year. I think that's a chance.
Wow.
Bold, I know, but I mean, yesterday, dude, I was like, dude, I'm like not horrible at this golf game.
So is it the tour response stripe that has reignited your love for the game of golf?
Yes. It's
well, so now let's say you run out of those balls, and like are you gonna feel like you're on another planet now? Have you gotten to the point where this is your crutch?
Well, I don't know, actually. I mean, if it is, then that's pathetic on my side that I can't just.
Dude, I'm telling you, these golf balls are that good that you once. It's almost like once you go strike, you never go back. It's crazy.
I agree, dude. It's a combination of the golf ball, and then I think it was Kisner through you, Frankie, that was like hold the putter like a bird, and I've been doing kind of a combination of those 2 things, and I've just been making putts now. This might be just a hot section of my life, and like a Jordan Spieth, then I'll go back to fucking 230th. But right now, maybe I'm overconfident. So when I go play next time, I just can't fucking break 80. But yeah, dude, all of a sudden I have like a joy and a giddiness to start on the first tee because I'm like, there's a chance here
today
that things might go well.
Wow.
It's good to have goals.
That is that's a fun place to be. Something that Trent and I just don't understand. I think on a smaller scale, we get like, everyone has that day where you're like, all right, I think today could be a really good day. I've actually been feeling like that about my game, but I haven't been scoring. And it's like there's always something that happens. Like yesterday, I felt like I hit the ball well, but the wind was fucking whipping 25 miles an hour. And every shot I hit was pure, but like dumb decision making. Like hit a 9 when I should have hit a 7. And it's like now I'm in a bunker and I should be putting for birdie. Instead I made a bogey. And like that happens 5 holes in a row. And you're like, what the fuck am I doing out here? If I had a caddy or someone with a better brain, I'd just be fucking even for the day. Instead I'm fucking 7 over. Like what happened? Like I'm hitting the ball perfectly. Like so.
Yeah, I mean, but like those goals, like when you feel like if Trent goes out and shoots 88, like at his current level, like that's as good as you can play. And not to be like a dick, but that's just where it's at. And those days make you feel amazing. There was just a time, and I'm saying like it's in like the past, like it could never come back. But there was like a time where I was just like, okay, I'm like, 5, 7, and I'm just never going to get better than this. Like I'm just going to fluctuate between these two things and shoot, on a good round. Like I can mix in a low 70, but usually I'm just like an 80 to an 82. But for whatever reason, this green stripe holding a putter like a not a dead bird because I'm going to keep it alive with how soft I'm making. Yeah, exactly. I feel reinvigorated. So it's kind of a fun feeling.
I'm glad that you got there because I remember, and you talked about on the podcast, that stretch where you were like, I kind of am what I am on the golf course, and I don't know if I'm going to get any better or, I can't get that much worse. And it's a lame place to be as a golfer. So it's good that it's bad. It's good that you're reinvigorated by a multitude of things, and you think you're going to break 70 this year, which is, I could see it.
Frankie, do you have any goals this year?
I said from the beginning of the year I want to be more consistent to my handicap as opposed to so erratic. I think that I stun people sometimes when I play, like either with you guys or whatever, where it's like, holy shit, that's a really good day. This guy should be a really good golfer. And then other days it's like 94 or 95. And like that just has to – I want to be able to get to the point where like my game is just my game, and then I can get better from there. I just think I've been way too up and down. Like I'm a fucking heartbeat. You can look at my – last year, I was playing like Rockville Links, and I got really like comfortable with the golf course I was playing a lot, and it was a little flat, and it was easier, and the greens were a nightmare because they're so hard there. My guy Luke over there just has those things like it's like a skating rink. Those greens are insane. But I got used to the golf course to the point where like, all right, every day I went out there was like 83, 83, 84, 84. It's like, that was my game. I always felt really good about it. And then I'd go play Bandon Dunes. It's like, I'm grinding for an 86 or an 87 because they're just harder golf courses. So I want to be able to, every time I step on the tee box, my goal is to know what my game is. And I think that's everyone's a little bit, but mine is just so crazy. You never know what Frankie you're going to get. And I'm done with that. I want to know what Frankie I'm going to get. And I want to get better at chipping. And I want to fix my brain.
All right.
It's also that then you're getting into like a hard part of golf though, where like the Harry Higgs take feedback from every swing. Like some days you're just pulling it left and it's like, all right, I just have to like keep that swing and try to figure it out. But like, I clearly just need to aim right instead of being the stubborn self that you can be. And I feel like that's how those guys score so well, so consistently. Is just like, all right, it's a little bit of this today. And we're going to make the most out of that because I'm not just grabbing the stick and peering it around the golf course. So yeah, that's the consistency thing. And I have that too, where like some days like Trent looks at me and he's like, dude, you're fucking awesome. And then other days I just suck. And it's so frustrating.
Because we have those guys. Like I have a buddy that just, when I play golf with him, he hits the same shots he's hit for the last 5 years. Off the tees, and he's just nails. And then he's never going to miss hit a shot. I've never seen him duff one. I've never seen him like pull one into the trees. It's just country club, tee to fairway to green, 2-putt, walks away with a 77. It's like, dude, that guy's good at golf.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, woo, all over the place. Like every tee box, it's like, whoa, where's that one going? It's like, Jesus, man.
Really good. I know, it's crazy. Those guys are so frustrating, but they're so good.
What are you guys
But
gonna
then-
get? What are you guys gonna get for lunch? Is the real question. Because now my flight just got delayed for an hour. What's going on with these flights?
We're on the same flight. Yeah, we're.
Dude, you're in New York right now?
Yeah, I'm in New York.
Whoa!
Yeah, well, we're flying out of JFK together.
Holy shit! Yeah, our flight just got delayed an hour.
Who you flying? United?
Delta.
It's bad weather.
Bad weather. I don't know what I'm gonna do for lunch. That's a good question.
You're not thinking about getting to the airport early and like eating there, right? You're gonna eat at home.
I had not thought about it. Do you want to do that?
Nah, no, let's
Okay.
just eat home.
All right. Yeah, I'll probably eat around here.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys. I'll see you in New Orleans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get out and play like during New Orleans, like during this week at New Orleans. I know we're gonna be at the tournament a lot, but maybe we can sneak in some of those twilight rounds. I'm sure there's some nasty golf courses in that area. I mean,
Yeah.
that southern Louisiana area. So
Let's try to get out.
I don't know what day we would do it, but I'm
I don't
sure
either.
there's a way.
All right. Lurch, enjoy Arizona or wherever you're going next.
I'm Arizona and then Florida later this week. But Arizona's getting into the bad season. Yesterday, 5:30, 95 degrees outside.
Yeah, that's for the
That's-
birds.
Nah.
Dude, no, yeah, exactly.
I
dude.
like
It is
Arizona, but like,
Right.
we're not gonna shit talk
People go
rigs here, but like,
crazy
it's
about it.
like, I need seasons. I don't like the cold, but I also like that I live in a place where like the Earth is doing the thing the Earth is supposed to do. It's like kind of
Right.
goes through the season. Like
Well,
I don't want to
also,
like
the Earth's
move
being
to the
alive.
I don't want
Like,
to move
it's
to the
dead.
desert where it's like everything's a fantasy land because like then nothing feels different. Like you're about to enter a spot where the Earth is trying to kill you.
Dude, I look outside. Yeah, I look outside and I'm fearful of what's behind those doors.
Right.
It's just hot. It's only getting hotter.
Right.
It's miserable. Nothing grows here. And people are like, oh, that's fine. It's like, no, it's not fine. Like, we shouldn't be here if nothing else is going to grow here. Let's get somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not a huge Arizona guy in the current climate. It is, oh my God, I'm in Scottsdale right now. There looks like there's a plane about to fly through my window. It's so low going to the Scottsdale airport. Anyways, that probably wraps it up for us.
All right. Yeah.
Unless anything else.
I
No,
watched a movie called The Way, Way Back yesterday. It was pretty good.
Okay.
Based
Who's
off
in
of
it?
Chris Castellani recommendation on Twitter. He says it's the most underrated movie in the last 10 years. It was really
Okay.
good.
Have you seen Scent of a Woman yet?
Nope. Have you ever seen? Has Trent ever seen? I forgot.
It's been so long you forgot the name of it.
I forgot the name of the movie. Have
So
Molly's
did I,
Game.
to be honest.
Molly's Game, dude? If Jake didn't say that, I never would have gotten that.
I didn't remember it either.
Have you seen Molly's Game?
No.
Fuck.
We'll be out at the Zurich Classic, 9th hole. We'll be out there all week. We'll be around. Crawfish Boil, hit us up if you got a great one.
Win some money this week. You know what I mean? That Masters thing was ugly.
Well, Trent, you and I are
Responsibly
gonna have to have a
ugly.
conversation where we limit our we know exactly what we're gonna bet. So I can't. This is what I was telling Lurch is I couldn't when I was sitting next to you guys and you're betting whatever you were betting on Tiger Woods to hit the fairway. I couldn't just not jump on that. You can't jump on 1/5 of that because if it hits, I'm gonna feel like an asshole that I didn't make the money. It feels like a loss. So we need to make sure we're on the same page when it comes to this stuff. We can't get
Okay.
We got out of hand a little bit. It was responsible for sure.
Responsible, but
We came home. We still had our shirts on our back. Everything was fine. The sun came up the next day. But I would like to win. I'd like to have a nice week.
All right.
because we weren't able to expense flights. We weren't able to expense flights. It would have been maybe walking home.
We'll be a team this week, and we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll go to an NBA playoff game. It's going to be a great couple of days.
That's right.
Stick on a responsible unit and make that your consistent bet for everything. Because when you go high lows, you're talking to a real winner over here who never picks losers.
10 to 15%. You said earlier in the podcast, win rate.
That honestly sounds about right. And when you win at that level, you leave with nothing responsibly.
All right, we're gonna figure it out. Frank and I'll figure it out. Lurch, I don't know when the next time we'll see you, but I can't wait.
Hopefully soon. If you're in New York, let's get around. I would love to play.
We
around
need to
with you
book
guys.
this next 4-man scramble because if you're shooting 71s and 69s and shit, we got to go play Scotty Scheffler today. So I will make it my fucking point. Hopefully Meredith is out there, and like the whole Scotty Scheffler clan is out there. We're going to be in the mix again. Hopefully that we can like just submerge ourselves in the Scotty Scheffler clan again, where we like say, no, we're coming home with you on like Monday, and we're playing golf against Scotty Scheffler the second that we get a chance. Like, we have to get that on the books. Oh, also, Robbie Berger. That video is coming out on Tuesday. Is that video coming out Thursday or Tuesday?
I think it's Thursday.
Thursday.
Okay. So we have no video coming out this
Thursday.
Tuesday.
No, we got nothing coming. We have the podcast on YouTube.
I saw someone tweet out, like, they quoted us. A new video would come out every Tuesday for the next 18 weeks. It's like, well, sometimes, like, scheduling stuff comes out. So if this one's coming out on Thursday and not Tuesday, it's just a 2-day difference. These guys have been fucking grinding their assholes off. I've never seen anything like it. The Robbie Berger stuff is such a long, concentrated video of so much editing. And we had other videos to put out before. You have to get it out. Like, we have TaylorMade stuff. You have to get that stuff out. We have a schedule with them. So I hope everyone understands. Like, we haven't just been holding on to this for no reason. We could have put it out 3 weeks ago, but we had stuff. We had a schedule that you have to put out. So, Robbie Berger coming out on Thursday. Get hyped. He's fucking crushing his life. I love everything about Robbie Berger. I can't wait for that video to come out. It's going to be amazing. I got nothing else. I'm done. We've probably been talking for like an hour after Riggs left.
Yeah, I got nothing else.
Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.
Yeah, hit it hard.